We just started.
Yes.
Good. Well played.
I
Cool.
was waiting for you for a pause.
Yeah, good. So I think one place where we can start initially is starting with going back to some of the big blind defense stuff. We're going to look at some of the aggregate reports, facing and open, and then making sure we're in line with some of our check raise frequencies, board types, and whatnot. And then from there, we'll also look at some of these marked hands, get into the solver, and then I'll take some marked hands from you guys. But during this section here, I'm going to mostly be talking, kind of presenting some of the stuff we have in the reports and stuff we have. And then I'll open it up for questions. If you guys have questions, just ask politely, and then we'll kind of go from there. So let's first start looking at 40 big blind BB defend versus button open. So let me see if I can find this. So if I type in 40 BB button, will it come up? Or how do you see all the damn reports? You know what I'm saying for 40 BB?
Here.
If I just put in 40, or you can just send it if you have it.
Go to this link.
All right, you sending it to me in Skype. 1 second. Cool, I got it. Yeah, this is the one I was. Okay,
Just
cool.
Bookmark this link.
Good. All right. So we'll go to BB, and then we'll go to 40 bigs, and then we'll just go versus button, and then we'll just look at versus the small C bet, which we'll see a lot. I don't think population mixes their sizings appropriately, and most people just autopilot small. So let's look at autopilot small. I'll make this bigger, and then I'll do this. Well, that's too big. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and start here by looking at the ranges, right? I think it's easier to start by visualizing the ranges we're playing. Buttons opening range. If you're on the button here, does it have the exact frequency? No, we'll look at it, but you can see you're opening all your suited aces, kings, queens, pretty much jacks as well. If it's pretty soft and you want to go one tick, you're not getting 3-bet enough, you can just open all this shit. 10-4, all your pairs, and then you have some 2 gappers, 3 gappers in here. All your ace X, king 5 off, offsuit 8s, a few offsuit 7s. Then your defending range here, you're not 3-betting any of your suited aces until you get to ace 10 suited plus. I think this is a slight mistake I see. At 40 bigs, I think I see people try to mix in ace 5 3-bets and ace 9. And then also here, it's just ripping all in with ace queen and ace jack for 40 versus this, as well as these pairs. And then 3-betting pretty linear, and then using some of its ace X and king X strong raw equity blocker hands as 3-bet bluffs. A couple of these in here as well. So we look at all the frequencies overall averages, folding versus the small bet 44, calling about 40%, and then check raising overall check raising, what is this, 15-16% overall. So where does the bulk of that come from? Here we go. 3 low cards, 5 7 and under, right? You have 3 of these cards on board, you're going to find some very high check raise frequencies. When you have 3 of these cards on the board at the same time, you get to go ham. Also, ace high boards, we check raise the least, of course. Mono boards are pretty low as well, but overall card texture, you have ace high being the lowest. Let's see what else we have here. Then when you do check raise ace high, you get to use large sizing. Our large sizings, 8 high boards. Yeah, 8, 9, 10 high boards. Oops. Oh shit, let me do this. Cool. EV, overall EVs. It's important to look at the boards we're going to be check raising the most. Yeah, so our EV is going to be pretty high for check raising. Let's go ahead and look. I'll come back to this page and start to look at, I know, well, we'll come back to this if anybody has any questions. Let me see. Yeah, because I just like to look at the board. So we simplify it so we don't get too confused and we can just start to see some of the heuristics of boards. How about boards we just overfold? Boards we're going to be folding a lot. We'll start there. Folding 70% of the time. Paired ace high boards look like kind of dog shit. King high is up there as well. Ace high, ace 8-2's in there, ace king. So right away we see a ton of ace high boards up top. Folding, what is this? Almost 50 to 70% of the time overall. 7-6-6. That's there, but we're going to be check raising or leading that board. This does not take into consideration that we have leads on some of these at some frequency. So that's not included here. I'm sure we looked at this in the past, but you guys have no idea. It's always so good to just keep coming back to this stuff. How about boards? We just go right to, we said fold. How about boards? We're never folding, right? Or we infrequently fold. 3 low cards, 5 and under, right? 3 low cards under a 7, I should say. Sticky as hell, these boards, guys. You got to be sticky. Like, look at it. There's some queen high boards here as well, where there's going to be some straight draw possibilities. Those are pretty good boards. Queen 8-5, Queen 6-7, Queen 6-5, 10-7-4. Just boards where we're going to have a lot of gut shots, straight draws, open-ended, pair plus straight draws, mid pair, bottom pair, 2 overs and a backdoor flush draw. So yeah, there's tons of possibility on these boards when we're defending pretty light. Now let's look at our check raise, highest check raise frequency boards. That's lowest. Here we go. Ooh. Well, I mean, right away, everyone can see the top 60 results or 57 results of the 400-ish boards we have ran here are paired boards. All these paired boards, and we're approaching 35% on 8-8 deuce two-tone, 10-10-4 rainbow, 8-8-3 two-tone. I mean, we're just going go here. How about check raise large? Well, let's remove the paired boards. So that's pretty easy to see. A lot of various type of paired boards. How about non-paired boards, right? So when it's not paired, what kind of flops and boards are best to check raise there in our highest frequencies? So we were approaching like 35% on all those paired boards, right? Now, without the paired boards, we're down to like 20%, 18, 17% is our highest frequencies. I mean, including this stuff over here. So 22, this is 24.
Low connected boards, right?
Yep.
2-3, 5-3, 4-3.
Well, this is
5-3.
kind of interesting. A lot of these King X, Queen X, Jack X, specifically these queen high boards are under attack. I think these can be very good boards for us, especially these Queen X with straight draws and two tones. You'll see a lot of that. Yeah. Queen 4-5, 6-5, 6-7, 6-8. Those boards generally have a pretty high check raise frequency, as well as some of these king highs, because if you look at our range here, go back to this. I think it's important to kind of show our defend range here in the big blind. We just have a shit load. I mean, we have all of our king and queen X, right? Every suited king X, queen X, and we even keep the dog shit in there, right? So they can't just go crazy on a lot of these connected king and queen high boards. Keep looking. These are non-paired. All right. How about check raise large? Whoa. And we still don't have the paired boards in there. And I'll add back into paired boards and see if any of those use a large sizing. I would say no. Board type. Up pair. Raise 8 frequency. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I mean, it's still just like, no. Not paired. So yeah, raise 8, these 8, 3, 8 high, 3 low cards. Jack 10, 9. You raise just check raise big and not really small. That's kind of crazy. You're just gonna be very polar on that board versus that range. You're gonna have it. Cool. While we're here, I'm gonna pause and ask if anybody has any
There was a
question.
question. The small C
sorry.
30%, the big C bet is 60%.
Yeah, Toe, yeah, he's one. Yeah, small C bet is about 30% we have ran here, yes. What's up? What's up, Pups? Dylan? Yeah, no other questions. I'll keep going. Cool. So yeah, we have our large frequency we have in the paired boards. We see that. How about boards where we just rarely call? Yeah, it's just always going to use pair. So another thing here, a lot of people like the flat pair boards, man, and just call with some of this stuff. You just don't do much flatting on these paired boards, guys, at all. A6-7 is another one that's kind of interesting. I would assume I'd probably over flat some of the stuff on this board, but yeah, these paired boards mostly just going crazy, and it's always a small size. I think in the last study group we had, people were advocating for 3 and 4x check raise size, and that could possibly be deep. This is important at 40. This is going to be 2.5. And then when we look in GTO Wizard, its size versus 30% or even quarter sometime will be 2.8x in some configurations. So we have that. I would assume 2 open to 2.2 open at 40. Yes, correct. Making sure. Yeah, and we can look versus the large sizing as well. So from a texture standpoint, is there anything else? We can look at some of the graphs briefly as well. This will be pretty clean to look at and help us understand overall betting strategies or continuing strategies versus small c-bet. And paired boards, 24%. We'll start from right to left. Paired boards, we got rainbow. That's not really that relevant. Kind of mixed strategy there. Monotone boards, a lot of continuing. No, we don't ever check raise a large sizing there. 5 high boards, 21%, 18%, 16. Big takeaway there. These are good. 10 high boards, we use, this is where we start to mix these large sizes. We see 8, 9 high boards. 8, 9, 10 high boards, we seem to have a lot of larger sizings. 4, 5x check raise. Then the rest of the graphs appear to be pretty straightforward. 40% just meeting MDF. Ace high boards, we're going to be over folding, even to a small c-bet here, and we use some larger sizings, but we're pretty, we're folding the most on ace high boards, of course. Ace low, low, ace mid, low. We don't ever check raise small. These are pretty good as well. Go ahead.
It actually looks like we're overfolding every board in a way, because the MDF should be about 70 some percent here.
Well, it just depends on what size. So exactly. So is this quarter pot or 30% c-bet? You're muted.
30%.
30%. So yeah, probably slightly overfolding. And it's okay to slightly overfold even in game. Fold out the bottom of our stuff.
You went
On
quarter
the
pot
early
these would
streets, so we don't
tick
have
up
to
a hair,
overfold
but not too
on the
much.
future.
Right?
So we don't have to overfold on future streets, right? Yeah, it's always going to overfold by a hair. Did you have another point to make?
No, that was really my only question.
What I noticed, in Pio is out of position typically does overfold, by at least a couple percentage, 1 to 3. It's very close, but usually overfolds a little bit out of
Yeah.
position.
Yep, and for if you guys ever attended, if you've attended any of the Matt webinars where he talks about MDF, and he makes a good point. You know, we overfold slightly, and even in versus some players, you know, on the flop, so we don't have to overfold MDF or future streets where it's more expensive, right?
Yeah, thanks. I never heard it explained that way. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I've heard that from Affleck, so I got that from him. Credit to him. I think it's a great point. So we have our ace high boards we were taking a quick look at. Ace. I mean, this is just, they're folding everything. 70%, we're just folding a lot of hands. Just the important takeaway when we're looking at the ace high boards, when we are check raising some of the ace high mid, when we use our check raising range and we look at these boards, it's going to be pretty condensed and you're going to use the large sizing. Ace low, and stuff like this, since we're going to just use some of our straight draws, gut shots and stuff like that, or 4 or 5 zone, ace, 5x and stuff like that. With backdoor straight draws, you can use smaller sizes. So we go to Broadway boards. Big takeaways here, paired boards, check raising a ton, even on Broadway boards, 20% for our paired boards here. Still be aggressive on those paired boards, 22%. It does have a bit more call here on mid, high, paired. 30%. I just can't wait to get down to the low boards where you guys can see how crazy we're going. Mid boards, this is pretty relevant here. Check raising paired mid boards, 30% here. So it's a pretty high frequency, 28 for mid, low paired as well. And we use some bigger sizings when we mix our sizings here. Some of these mid boards and low boards, low, about 26% of the time, which is a lot. And I don't know if we're all achieving that. So cool, we got that out the way. Before I move on and take a quick look at versus big bet, where honestly not much is going to change in regards to the heuristics on board types. The frequencies will only change because the bets are bigger. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time looking at that. The most important thing is seeing the board types that are going to be very favorable for us to check raise. The takeaway of the sizings and our interactions on paired boards are things you should be considering and taking away from like today's group. And then everything else, you know, if you can remember, like on some of this ace high boards, when we do check raise, we just use the larger sizing. And then some of this other stuff where you can overfold slightly MDF on ace high boards and stuff, you're going to be fine. But before I move on, open it up for questions again. Good. They're classifying 6 through deuce as low, 7 through 9 as in mid, and 10 as high. Correct.
What's the first two mid twice with 2 different charts? Why?
One's
are those?
connected, one's disconnected. One's
Well,
paired.
yeah, right here, paired. You can see it here in the middle. It
One's-
says paired.
yeah.
Oh, pair,
Once-
okay, I did. Thanks. Yep, got it.
Yeah, mid paired, and then mid connected. Yep. Ace, so ace high is both low and high, so it's its own thing. Cool. Great. I'm trying to think if I think we can just not need to look at versus big bet. And to be honest with you, between 20 and 40, this is kind of like the Bible and how this spot is played a lot. So I don't know, maybe we just look at some marked hands, some stuff that I've played, kind of match that up to the wizard and take it a study. Then we just play some versus the wizard, take some marked hands, and I think that'll be fairly efficient as well. So cool. I pulled up and I wanted to go through this to help you guys. So everybody out there who has Poker Tracker 4, right? So here we go. I wanted to show you guys how to filter your report to study this spot in your own free time. So you can go to view stats, my reports. When you get up to my reports, you hit a new report. Yes, I'm going to save the changes of that. So you go to hand report, finish. It'll bring up all your hands. Okay. So you go to more filters. So the filters I have, so actual stack size between, I'm only looking at the stuff 0 to 100 bigs. Ignition has some shit where you're 1,000 big blinds deep, literally 1,000 bigs deep. To start, I don't think that's going to be really relevant. So if you guys want to study all your spots and look at that, that's fine. If you have Poker Tracker 4, the big blind is always going to be C8. Okay. And then I just have myself as the hero, so it tags me and make sure it gives me all the hands. And I believe this is all the filters I need. And then it's like spots that I picked as well. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or need help setting up these filters or how to do this, I can kind of walk you through. Would anybody need help being walked through how to set this filter up or get through? I'm assuming everybody here pretty savvy. Great. So we go there. So yeah, some of these spots I've already have marked. Some of them are final table bubbles, spots, ICM, money bubble, and it's really going to be hard to detect. I haven't set up all my spots yet. So I remember this. So right away, we'll look at this big blind defend. This is fairly deep in a 162. And it may be final 2 tables, I believe. Final two tables, 3 tables of a 162, 25, 30K on ignition. So we're defending the ace 10 here. All right. What do you guys think versus this?
Snap fold.
Call, we have to call.
So I
Okay.
see.
So under the
Book
gun.
says
range.
call. Okay. We'll try to run these spots here. Now,
I actually
with a grain
think
of salt. No, hold on, Cap. I'll take it with a grain of salt. Like this won't have the ICM considerations here. I don't think I'll be able to.
That's going to change strategy considerably in general, but I don't think it changes this particular spot.
Exactly. Yeah,
Well-
that's what I was kind of gonna allude to. Whoops, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cap. What were you saying, buddy?
my comment is if this is final 2 tables versus a 12 big blind up from under the
3
gun, this
tables.
is probably close to bottom of your offsuit ace X range.
Sure.
Oh, easy. So let's just say 14. And you know, even if this specific situation, we're studying it and we grief it from an ICM standpoint, studying it in a chip BB EV situation type to understand how we should approach it is going to be valuable, you know? So under the gun, let's just say +1, 3, 6. Yeah, it's under the gun. And then BB. Yeah, look at this shit. Not messing around. This is funny to see. Nice double blocker. I like these. This is good. Some suited aces. So we just call. And then deuce. We check and we face a quarter. Let's say we face this. Never folding.
No.
Ever folding.
So the best.
I mean,
hand-
we just know we can't fold. Like with the diamond, it actually just gets nasty and like, whew, that's filthy as hell with the diamond. So yeah, with the diamond, it mixes call and check raise,
Yeah,
and it clicks it. So nasty.
I wouldn't
Um,
click. I'd go to like 4.75 or something.
committed
but-
as hell.
I mean, yeah, the
and-
problem is that he's only got 11 bigs, so clicking is actually a good portion of his stack, and he can't continue.
Yeah, but if you just a little over click, that's scary as hell to them, right?
I know we're not.
scary.
I know. Yeah, whatever. We don't need to just have our reasons to argue against the solver in these kind of spots. We just want to kind of bask and like appreciate its line here, you know. But one thing we do know here is we cannot fold.
And chippy V.
Nope. It's yeah. It's obviously voting is 0, but yeah, it's printing. It's a call even offsuit here. What did I do? Nice. Because this feels like a spot that's scary. It's easy to overfold and talk yourself out of calling here. Even with what feels like such little equity, it's easy to tell yourself in game that, oh, you know, he's got just better ace-x and his pairs already have me dead. So what's the point of calling here? I'm just torching it. Loser mentality. You still got to call this. And then fold. And then you just get, you know, just donate an extra big and a half.
Do
But
you
no,
do you have any donks? I'm thinking not many at this SPR, but I'd be curious to see if we have donks on that turn.
yeah, I was thinking it's possible, but I don't know if I would use this specific hand class when I'm trying to fold out ace highs. So I'm always indifferent about using ace highs as portion of my lead range. Hands like ace highs, hands like a pair. Why? I mean, you can't dunk pairs, just a single pair, right? Like maybe mid. I don't
So
think.
you
Let's
want to use
take a
worse
look.
ace highs. You want to use
You're
ace.
gonna have donks.
four-
Because it just
25%
like
of the
using
time.
ace high just feels bad because we're trying to fold out ace high.
You want to use ace 4, ace 5, ace 8, probably stuff like that. Maybe ace 2, like some, I don't think it's going to turn pairs in an ace into a bluff, but it does.
Yeah.
Like,
Anything's gonna wrap around the
Like,
card.
yeah, it has to wrap around, right? Let's
Yeah,
see.
this, our particular hand, there's
Here,
no way
make it
it's
big.
gonna donk.
Yeah, it's in there, sliver.
I mean,
There's slivers
small,
of-
yeah, but
I mean, it's outperforming to Jess, but I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of surprised to see it. The ace 6 makes sense. I guess all this shit just, Jesus. Let me
Yeah,
just
this is a
see
very
if-
similar strategy to the hand I did played against you last night. Sixes.
I guess.
so you have.
I guess you
donking-
ran bad that I just had it.
I,
You're
I,
talking-
what your
I actually ran the
strategy
hand
is.
25% of the time. I'm supposed to dunk there. So
What
not
about
a lot,
river?
but not a little.
Yeah, that's a good.
I
That's
didn't.
good.
I have it up, but I didn't get to river. I blocked.
What was it supposed to? Did it run my hand? What I was supposed to do? I'm supposed to just call.
Yeah, you just call. You just call.
All right. Cool.
So you're leading 43% here, which is a lot more than I thought.
No, this is
SPR.
actually surprising to me, and this is why it's great to run this. I mean, dude, this
Yeah.
is a gigantic number of leading.
well,
40,
it's, yeah, you have
like almost more than half
so-
the time.
You have so many single pair hands here that you just want to lead with, or stuff that wraps the 7 and the 6.
And this goes directly back to last week's study. Well, 2 weeks ago when we spent 2 hours looking at lead spots, right? And it's always when we call with the condensed range, and then this card, a lot of stuff gets there. 4-5. You know, we're gonna have like when we make the straight, it's gonna want to lead. It's leading 4-5 here every time as well, pretty much.
So Dylan asked a question and
sorry.
there's a big shift in equity, which is why we get to lead so much. He asked if we
Yep.
have a range advantage.
Here we go. I think we can do this. You remember how you remember, wait a minute, let me see if I can find this.
Go
report.
to breakdown.
Yeah, it was the breakdown there. Was you remember the and then it was it the
Or
report?
It's not reports. Maybe
It-
it's range. Go to ranges.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, because
There it
it's-
is. The big
Yeah.
blind has the fucking range of advantage here. Like, look at this. This is when we study hands and study, you see this, you find a lot of leads. Like they're just gonna crush us with some of the overpair and stuff like that. Look, just jacks, queens, kings. But when we get here, we just have.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
pairs.
just
We have
like
some slow played aces in our range, right? 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. Yeah.
I want to just
yeah,
point
because
out
you look
again,
at
though.
you look at our range versus their range. They have basically nothing 7 and below,
Sorry,
and we have all of it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
problem.
I asked that question and then my headset disconnected and I didn't hear any of the answer and I really wanted to hear the answer. I'm sorry.
No, and it's all good, buddy. This is going to be a situation. We looked at this pretty extensively 2 weeks ago, but it's still very hard to find when range and nut advantage change on turns. We've turned 4 or 5, a lot of spots like that. There's going to be a ton of situation where we get the lead, specifically where they have a condensed range, condensed around overpair, and here we're going to have 4 or 5. You know, it has some slow plays, it has the sets, same amount of sets and stuff as well, where they don't open pocket deuces off this stack depth. So we are just crushing him right here.
Alright, so we do have a range advantage. We obviously have the nut advantage, but that's showing a
Nut
range
advantage.
advantage there, is it?
Yep.
Do we have a range advantage?
When we, I mean, yeah,
We have all
when
the two
get to
pairs, we have all
turn
the
here.
straights. They have none of
Cool,
that.
cool.
Yep, when we get to the turn here,
Thank
yeah,
you.
because we've shown up here with such a condensed range, right?
Yeah, because they basically have either a set of 7s, set of 6s, A7, A6, or nothing
yeah, like
that
it's,
interacts with that, or like an overpair or something.
yep, I mean, yeah, the bulk of their hands here, just like you're saying, A7, overpair, A7 and overpair, right? And then you get for us. it's
Do they
just-
even raise A7 under the gun on
Yes.
800 40 bigs?
Yeah, here we go. You can take a look. It might delete my
A7
board.
suited.
Yeah, he's
Ace
got
one
some-
suited, is it?
Yep.
Okay. I thought it was ace 5 and like ace 8 or something, but not the middle ones.
No, yeah, it keeps, yep, it keeps all these. It retains these and just goes plus. So,
Alright, got
yeah.
you. Yeah, got you.
Mhm.
Cool.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
no problem. So we go there. Given our line, whoops, I'm already at the turn. Don't clear it. A big blind call. Turn 3. Yeah, so I mean, this is way more leading. I need to. Ace 10, would even mix a little. Damn.
Yeah,
we just
mainly
looked
with the
at this-
diamond.
We just
Man,
looked at
I
this
mean,
a
yeah.
couple weeks ago at Team Tau, so I know I've been working on these leads.
6s, your ICM range is much different than this. Like you don't have
Yeah.
a lot of this offsuit stuff in this range. And not
Really?
even all the suited stuff calls, I don't think.
No, I know we've acknowledged we don't
That's right.
have the ICM range. We're studying this from a basic chip BBEV perspective.
Right.
Given that we don't have all the offsuit hands, I still feel like ace 10-0 would slot in, especially with the diamond. It should never fold. It feels like when we call, we still need to have probably a hand like ace 10 as MDF in that spot.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were beating yourself up for not leading on this turn, but you might not actually get as many leads with a ICM range is
I
what
think
I
that's
was
true.
curious about.
Oh, no, not in this
Yeah.
specific spot. In general, I don't think I would lead ace 10 ever, is why I was kind of tilted because it's kind of nasty. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, personally, I'd probably take out a lot of the ace 10, ace jack, king queen, king jack, and move it all to the stuff that wraps.
Yeah. Damn, they're supposed to just. Yeah, they used it. They actually used the right size. Oh my.
So ace 10, I was gonna say ace 10's folding out ace jack.
I mean, with the diamond,
Narrow
it's,
portion of the range. but-
if you did show up here with the diamond, you're just not.
Just ditch the diamond.
Ace of diamonds is folding. Ace of diamonds is folding. Ace of
Ten
diamonds.
of diamonds is
folding.
calling.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I would
10
just-
of diamonds pure. Yeah, I can't make that differentiation.
Oh, I mean,
I'm
you're
just
just
like-
torching it no matter what. I mean,
To be honest, I have a diamond either one, and I'm ditching it.
yeah. I mean, he's got half
I
his
mean-
stack in there at that point. He bet
Yeah,
of his 10 bigs, he bet 4 and has 6 behind. All right, cool. Let's move on. Good hand. Oh shit, I should have kept it. That's no big deal. What's the next spot? I will make some mistakes, boys. It's gonna happen. It'd be fun. Is this the depend?
Not for me.
Anybody else?
30.
I'm folding queen two off.
I think it's on
Ah,
the charts, but
it's-
no, I'm
One at
gonna
a
fold it.
time.
It's borderline.
Okay.
I
Folds,
Queen
borderlines,
four.
folds. Okay.
This guy's raise is undersized, so you can defend it, but it is bottom of range.
And depending on where we are in the tournament, assuming from the last hand, and this is going in kind of chronological order, that last hand, we were probably in the money, right? And we're deep in this 162. So I'm assuming I just get the hell out of here with something like this in the money and
Yeah, I was gonna
fade
say,
these marginal ass defends.
I was gonna say chip EV at 30. It's right around queen 4, queen 5 is a call. So ICM, I'm definitely dipping.
Oh, yeah.
All right, how about now? Dead small blind, but nonetheless, it is a hijack open. Dead small blind, 612. No matter where we are, we just jamming this, calling it. How do you guys feel? One at a let's see. Maybe I should just call on people one at a time. Whoever's here participating, make it easier. Joey, what are you doing?
Chip EV I shove. Not 100% sure with ICM.
Okay, without ice, Puck says without ICM. Cool. Beats.
Yeah, definitely chip EV I shove. With ICM, I keep getting this toe going in my ear. Pairs suck.
Well, we're not at final table.
Yeah.
We're not
So
at the
I mean,
final
I
table.
probably still. And with the other stacks at the table, I probably still just jam because we're the second shortest stack at the table anyways. So.
Okay. Dylan, you have an opinion?
I would call this like every time, and I didn't realize how much of a jam spot it is. I don't know.
I honestly think an ICM.
100% jamming this. I'm just surprised
Yeah.
by how many calls. Let's take a look and see what the
I
solver
think an
does.
ICM is
100%
gonna do all
jamming.
three.
I don't think it.
I am never ever calling actually.
Yeah, I
so-
thought like 8s plus would jam.
There's
Nah,
ICM here as
I'm
well.
jamming.
Basically,
Nah, almost all.
Aces is
EV,
plus.
it's queens plus
Wow.
is gonna 3-bet. Jacks
And
down is
chip-
gonna.
One at a
Jam.
time.
25 bigs, sixes. You have 20.
You're not interacting with the bottom of the range, which is nice. Get a lot more folds when you jam.
They do this fucking snap.
And
I was about
chip-
to say, I was about to feel
Yeah,
gross because I was
wow.
like, I'm jamming every.
In chip EV, every pair.
Yeah, I would honestly. I mean, I'm jamming every pair here, dude.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Like GG. Yeah, we can't be calling this stuff. We're just gonna get wrecked post.
I had someone belittle me and call me a dog shit rag in chat a couple weeks ago for doing this with pocket four.
I just snap mute those people, but yeah, I do.
I have
that.
I have
I
a
laughed.
question.
I didn't care.
Yes,
I
sir.
have, all right, in ICM, are we more incentivized to shove it then?
No.
And
Well,
just-
you guys, there's different degrees to ICM.
Yeah.
There's so many different degrees. We can't just throw the term ICM out there
Okay.
and have this broad spectrum of how we play a specific range of hands because ICM is going to differ between there's ICM considerations 100 off the money
Yeah,
where
so-
ranges should start slightly condensed. There's ICM considerations when you get in the money where it's less, your range is less tight than before the money bubble, right? And then there's pre-final table ICM if you're at the final table. So I guess you need to be more specific with where you are in the tournament to consider not jamming this.
In one of the higher ICM spots,
I think if
Higher
we're the
as
final two
in,
tables, this
like,
jam becomes less
ri-
appealing.
like right near the bubble or final table bubble.
I'm at it. I mean, I'm the only way I'm not going to jam this is if my 25 big blinds here has me in a chip position where I have a few other stacks very short under me where I'm kind of punting it and I can make a final table or something like that. Where I'm 6 of 12 with this stack, and this guy's opening. And if I just jam and punt it, there's a few
Then you're more
situations. If I-
incentivized to flatten that.
yeah, you
scenario.
have to be kind of like aware where you are in the tournament and kind of like, because there's going to be risk premiums on some of your hands, right? In those kind of situations where this 6, we're just jamming 6s feels like just dog shit to punt it when you're 6 of 10, 6 of 18. You guys both at 20 big blinds in some tournaments will be big stacks and everybody else have like 8 bigs, right? Or 7 bigs. So don't jam, just because it's 20 and your chart tells you, because your stack has too much value to punt it there. So it's really, these are really delicate situations that should be ran and really looked at under a microscope. We can't just easily say lean one way or another because there's a lot of different factors when it comes to table configurations, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure.
What
In
kind of
general,
low-
you're less incentivized to jam the more ICM pressure you're facing. in a
Correct.
broad
Yes.
sense.
But I mean, there's if it's 20 big blinds and you're 11 of 12 and you got this, I'm just jamming it, you know, so in the same kind of in the same context. So yeah. I do
Conversely,
jam.
too, if you have a guy who's trying to run over the table, you know, then sometimes you can say ICM be damned, you know, if this
Yeah,
guy
I
just
mean, your
raise,
image,
raise,
your
raise.
Yeah.
image is going to come into consideration. You know, we're gonna have to be poker players in some of these spots and like not be lazy bastards who wants to like look at a range and want it to be easy. We're gonna have to like use
Got
a
a
lot
question
of thought
about,
process.
do we jam at 40? I think 40 is close. We might have some jams at 40.
Yeah,
and then
I would
above
love to.
that, you don't have jams.
Yeah, it's a good question. We can take a look at here. So 40, and then we have hijack.
That's a hijack open.
From the hijack though, there's
Yeah, so no jams at 40.
No
No
jams.
jams. There are jams. It's just gonna be ace queen, ace.
Those are
king.
not jams though, right?
those aren't jams.
Change it from the hijack open to the
Those
button
these are
open.
all ins. Oh no, they're not
No.
all.
No, they're yeah.
Three bet no jam.
There's
Change it from like the
basically
button
7x.
open instead of the hijack.
Okay. So we go button open.
Yeah, button open. You're gonna.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. I was surprised. It's like, wait a minute, there's no
Eight.
fucking jams. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
It's hijacks kind of early.
But you like say
At 40
hijack
though, look guys,
open?
at 40 bigs, there's an open from the button. You're just ripping 40 bigs with sixes, sevens, and eights.
No,
How many of you
twos,
guys are- I
threes,
think a lot of
fours,
you guys are
five,
missing
six,
that.
7, 8,
Yeah.
like 2s to 8.
Deuces,
And
rip
it-
40.
An ace queen.
Yep,
Ace
ace queen,
queen.
ace jack.
Yeah,
ace-
ace
Snap
queen,
it.
ace jack. Forget about that king 7.
I think what's commonly
Yeah.
going to happen is this. This is going to happen.
Yes.
Hijack, hijack, low jack raise, button call. You got to get in there. Like, Toe doesn't miss this shit anymore, but yeah. Nah. Me,
I got
I'm
belittled
not.
for doing this yesterday.
But your pairs are just not doing that as much. And these sevens. I
When you
almost
jam
pure
this,
call.
you get called, your hand flops pretty well. You're generally not going to be dominated. Plus you have toe equity. Like you can't fold. You get
This is 40. This is 40 big blinds. All in versus, but this is the action here. If you weren't following, was hijack open, button call, and then big blind all in. So cool. Well, let's do more hands. Yeah, this is in there versus these.
I'm folding.
No,
No,
it,
Not suited.
I
Is
think
that-
we're
Are we
near
still
100%
considering
range
ICM, or are
suited.
we just looking at this from a non-ICM
I'm
perspective?
playing
hey, yeah,
10,
we can take a look.
I'm playing 10-6 suited.
For sure, it's any suited.
Let me clear these out. We go full. We got button. Wait a minute. Oh, forgot to fold there. Button 2.3. Small
Oh, we
blind
gotta-
call.
Yeah, you gotta defend. Oh, against the small
100%
blind call.
of suited.
I mean, I kind of missed this shit, to be honest. I've been missing these.
I miss
lately.
that too, to be honest. with you.
It's just kind of shit.
I stay away from
like
that
this.
shit.
It's just like it's just like these can make straights at least. I missed the 9-6.
I'll call that weak king.
These
X
are
stuff, but,
zero.
like,
I mean, the
20
EV is
bigs.
nothing toe. Like it's just bottom of the range, nothing. You know.
You're missing that queen 5 off 3-bet.
I hit that. every time.
Yeah. No, I'm hitting this every time.
100%.
No, I'm hitting. Yeah. I'm sorry. Get out of here. What is it? How often? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. 40% of the time that happens.
That's
A6.
Very violent.
How many of you guys?
Yeah,
are
that's the
nailing
hand you hate. That's the hand you hate the most in all the poker.
Just dosh. Yeah, Toe. Yeah. We'll just. I'm gonna have to just change this all to A7. Queen 5 has blockers. Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
Try this shit versus me, B money.
Get the fuck out of here, Mike.
Wait, what's Jack
Yeah.
4 off? Oh,
Wow.
Wait, what? Just fold.
My gosh.
You have to fold to the size multi-way.
And multi-way as
yeah.
well. So let me see.
Not
These are
folding
big
normally,
blind.
but to this size multi-way. You start folding 10x, I'm sure.
Cameron, you calling this?
Me?
I mean, I'm a
Cameron.
donkey, so probably.
Keeping it real, I had to ask.
Hmm.
Beats? What do you think?
Just let this go.
Cool. Some
I don't think
dude.
you're folding all your 10x, but the 10x with the 4 kicker is a problem.
This,
checking-
the
I'm checking
4
this-
kicker is
I'm checking
garbage.
I'm checking his C-bet percentage. If it's 100%, I'm calling.
So the
Check his
10-4
CBET
is
percentage.
Wait a minute.
actually,
It's,
Go ahead,
gonna
Peter.
be
I'm
better.
sorry.
so the 10-4 is actually gonna be a better call here than like 10-7 or 10-8.
Sure.
Because when you catch your 4, your out is clean and you have the backdoor flush. So I think it's gonna call with this 10-4 and it's gonna fold some slightly bigger tens.
I like you. That's a great point, man. I like it. Honestly, I was very unsure in game versus a sizing that's, I feel like MDF just shrinks tremendously multi-way
And-
versus this.
and you
I was
do-
just unsure. Go ahead,
You
man.
do have some backdoor flush draw equity too.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters as much when he sizes up like this multi-way.
I'm not gonna be able to realize it as much, and it's gonna be way more expensive. Even when I turn it,
but-
it's like, but yeah, I mean, it could be
Heads
it
up,
could be
never
easily
fold.
whenever. That's a hand I marked because I'm unsure. I tend to overfold versus that size, and I would have easily called
Yeah.
versus smaller. And I
Well-
feel like there's a ton more back turn cards for me where I'm just auto giving up.
I
But
finally renewed my simple 3-way
Uh,
subscription.
honestly-
If you want to throw me that hand, I can run it for you.
I think I overfold in multi-way pots anyhow.
yeah, I mean, as you should,
Should.
because we have to condense our continuing ranges significantly.
Halflick has a great video on this and he can describe it better than I can, but when you have 3 people like this, it's actually the square root of what your normal MDF would be.
Yeah,
So it gets cut considerably.
actually, I posted a chart of all the multi-way MDFs months ago on the Discord.
I remember that.
Till I'll send you this hand, my bad.
Whatever you have time, whatever. I said my 3, and not only that, but they've updated the algorithm. So like, I ran like an 80 blind 3-way sim. It only took like 2 hours, which for an 80 blind multi-way sim is fucking nothing.
Whatever. Oh, I have dust. Who cares? Never folding. I think I might have punted this. I'm scared to keep clicking.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what happened here. Holy fuck, this is bad.
Check raise fold.
That's good.
This is bad. Don't do this at home, kids.
This fuck is good.
That's what's about to happen, isn't it?
Oh, well.
Oh,
Now I'm not 100% sure what to do, to be honest with you. I probably start folding.
What you guys doing?
So he's polarizing, saying that he's got hands like pocket kings in his range. Ace king with some flush draws that have high equity. He's really putting you in a bad spot here.
It sucks.
Yeah,
Um,
it's time to go home.
Yeah, and you know what sucks? This is a buy-in that I'm just like not inclined to make any kind of overfolds in, or I'm more of the, all right, well, this is the bottom of the buy-in range. He's kind of polar here. I'm snapping every time, which is kind of bad because these guys just always have it at this buy-in. And I don't mind gambling for stacks, but I
And
want to
is
run this for
multi-way,
myself.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had this marked for review. So yeah, I'm actually unsure when
You
we
could
turn
throw
this
me
much
this one
equity
too,
if we
since
can
it was
ever
multi-way.
fold. It was multi-way?
For sure.
No. Oh,
yeah, it was
fuck's
multi-way.
sake. I get
That's
it.
why I'm folding more on the turn, even more on the turn.
That's a good point. Let me start this over. So we are what, 25 big blinds effective? Is that about, where is it? Did he have 30 to start? He's only what, 25.
About 25.
Let's try this 25 effective heads up. I called the shit off. Let me make sure you guys see it. Yeah, I mean,
Docs, you're right.
yeah, pretty much. Shut your goddamn mouth. Yeah, I'm not sure, dude. It feels like the solver would never fold to me, but
Fuck, you made me spill my soda.
Solver might call, but against weaker players, this is always value heavy.
You have a lot of equity.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm so sick just thinking about it.
They don't miss bluffing their flush draws much though, so it's nice not to have a spade here, I think.
Except loving
Yeah.
flush draws. I don't think we'll do it as much on this like paint heavy, straight heavy.
Usually
board.
that's a third,
They're not going to take
It's-
some random flush draw and go nuts, right? Most of the time,
even though it's bigger, the size
Well,
is, this
so
pot's
it's
gonna be
talking
all
about-
buck.
Good
natural to
play
kind of try and
players.
realize with that hand. Even more so multi-way, right?
Did you lead on the flop?
Hell
You
no.
know,
Oh, so because you're leading in the solver.
Oh, shit.
I don't know, what would we do without you? You catch 3 or 4 of these a day.
Yeah, I'll be booming out.
that's why
He
we keep
knows.
beats around.
Yeah, for sure. He already knows.
Just
Yeah,
watching like a
pure
fucking-
pure
He's met me
call
with, like,
here.
pure call. We're not gonna be check raising any of the jack tens. Maybe
I
it might
think
make some
we'll-
spades a little bit, of course.
I think overall we'll actually be surprised how much Jack 10 off we're folding.
For fuck's sakes, this is dog shit ass call. So we call. God, it was the jack of
Jack of
hearts.
hearts.
Jack of hearts, yeah.
Jack. Fucking all in. Please God. Okay, cool. So yeah, as you can see, 20% of the time.
And this is heads up, so
And
fucking-
my specific combo
Well-
is bad.
And your
both
specific
of them
combo
are
is like
the worst.
92% fold.
Yeah.
So multi-way pre-flop, it's going to be 100%.
You call more when you
Oh.
don't block the flush draws, right? So like you don't want to have a
Yeah.
spade.
At least I don't see it's not all blue. It's not 100% blue. And it's the piss low. So let me
So when
just-
you have the 10 of spades, you're going to call.
Yeah, but throw in the square root of all this and get that fucked up, son.
Yep.
Yeah, now you open
But
up the wallet,
I
so here,
can't
take what you
lie.
want.
I mean, I'll be honest, and my body's going to spaz out and I'm going to hit that call button quite a
Dude,
few
I don't know
times,
where.
probably.
Yeah, I don't know if this is an 11, a 16, a 20,
Please.
25, anything
Beats
in
and
those numbers.
Six is
It's
just too
hard.
rich to care.
I think if it's 100, I probably can. If this is the fucking milli or something, I'm just easy ass folds. Like
Yeah.
300
If this is like,
easy
if this is like the deep 11 on a
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Fuck, I'm still-
GG next.
They're all the main event to me.
Yeah, that's ready to go.
if it's the free buy that
Wow.
Six keeps rebuying in.
Fuck me.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
I don't know what to do here. with
I mean,
it.
And it's a 3x. The fuck.
Snap fold.
Yeah.
Wow, tons
20
of
bigs,
I actually think I fold
3x
too.
opens.
Oh, take care, Bob. I didn't see you getting out of here. If you're, oh, he's gone. Damn. Oh no, he said, "Take care, Bob. Have a good day."
I've no desire to play this hand.
All right. Let me see. I
There's
just
no
wanna
surprise
call-
there, Cap.
I mean,
Actually, but I think I'm with you this time. I think I pulled.
I think
this
it's
one.
jacks.
Hey,
yeah.
Matt, what do you think?
The only thing
Matty
I'm
Ice,
not sure about is
Fargo.
because it's late position. Both players are in late position, which has got me shook. If it was like earlier position or middle position, it becomes a way easier fold.
I'm trying to get an opinion from Matt. If you're out there, you can type it in. If you're listening,
Maybe
or B Money. What do either one of you guys think about this? What are you doing? And we'll look at it. It's good to get our minds thinking about how we react to these situations in game. So what do you think, buddy?
Course, 3-bet. I mean, I'm probably folding here. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair. You know, one big consideration, if you're really, this could be, this guy's full 3xing off a stack, you know, as well. And this guy's 3xing, presumably with no fold equity versus a full 3x. It looks pretty strong. Some of these, honestly, it feels like 10 plus. Like we can't be flatting 3-bet. So we have to have something we wanted. We need to go broke here versus this 10s jacks plus. I don't know. If we
I bet
have
you
this,
it's close.
yeah, I did fold. Good to see what they have. That's fine. Yeah, both of them beat, but I was unsure myself, and this is non-standard stuff that's hard to
Yeah.
kind
'cause
of
if
study for it. A
you-
full 3x and then a click, and then like we don't have a flatting range, so we have to decide if it's clicking range
Such a weird
versus this
click.
when he's committing this player is strong enough. We need something that's strong enough to run it for 60, in my opinion. But yeah, let's see
I guess
if
it's not the strangest click considering the stack size of the opener.
Yeah, I mean, he probably.
And then
plans
he's
to fold
got
to
you
me.
in the big blind, right? So he can't just rip it because you have
Yeah, he
60
wants to
bigs.
ISO.
So we're.
This is gonna be
60
a
effective.
hard spot to run because the.
Yeah, because it is because
A
this guy.
three
but
X, yeah, because 25, he should be, it's gonna have him open 2.1,
2.3.
and then at
Well, let's
25,
just do it this way. Yeah.
You're at
yeah,
60.
at 60, yeah, it's gonna be bigger. And then you
I
have.
mean,
the
even
jack
here,
call.
you're fucking just even at this configuration where we're all just it's just out of there.
But-
and then
Yeah, but I don't know, if eights might be in there if they know that the cutoff only has 20 bigs, because then you're not risking.
we're still
Right.
60 effective versus this player.
Put 20 bigs in there and see
Yeah.
it.
20
Check it
bigs
20.
is heaps.
Okay.
At 20 and 25 bigs, it's gonna have you jam.
Well, their 3-bet will be an
Because-
all in.
Well, not necessarily, no.
Oh no. Wait a minute. Yeah, I mean, for 20, but we're not 20 effective.
But yeah, you gotta
3-bet.
take into account
Yeah.
at 60,
At 60, we need
and you have to
more.
narrow the.
You did
probably
run
have to
this at 60.
narrow-
You have to fold.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
then
do
you
this
probably
in,
have to.
ICM
One at a
as
time,
well.
guys. One at a time. Respectful.
Oh, I was gonna say, it has to run it at 60, and then you also have to narrow probably the cutoffs range just because they're going 3x off of a 20 big blind stack.
This is why Pio's not
Well,
enough. You need,
One thing
I'm
we
sorry,
can
GTO
one
is
thing
not
we
enough, you
can
need Pio.
say right away that it's marginal borderline at best.
Yep.
It's just it's marginal as hell at best. So I don't think we need to be fishing for the bottom of our range marginal ass calls in these tournaments when people are punting. So my piece of advice right away is just fuck it and fold, because it's just marginal from what we can see. Even eights here at 20 and at 60, I just don't think it's great, man. But do you,
I
I
have
mean, if go ahead, Joey.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any part of the range that is clicking it? Like maybe aces and kings?
Let's see at 60 if clicking isn't a thing. 4-bet clicking. So we'll have, I'm sorry, let's do cutoff open. Then we'll have button do that. And then yeah, I mean all this is raising to 17. So it is 4-betting to 17. And that size is going to be small as well for being out of position. That'd probably be another mistake. It's only going 17.
Or nines, 4-bet
The
folding.
2.5x or something.
2.5.
Yeah, we can do that. So let's do this. So we go 17. Let's have the initial raiser go all in, and then we'll look at it. I mean, yeah. Ace queen plus.
You didn't click on us going
Oh,
17.
I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize. Damn it.
There you go.
There we go. 17. That range to go all in is ridiculous. And then get back to the big. It just nope. Nines are just dead, but you're actually losing money both ways. But never. They're damned if you do. You're damned if you literally are in a damned if you do, damned if you don't spot with nines.
Yeah.
So cool. Let's keep looking at hands. Let's keep it going. Unless anybody else I missed that wanted to make a point or had a question about this specific spot, I don't want to.
I was just gonna ask if maybe we could look at. Wait, can you hear me? It's
Yeah,
not
I got
lighting
you,
up.
buddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I was gonna ask maybe if you just look at the original situation, where we were saying it's kind of marginal to do it with eights.
Yep.
Maybe just have a look at the hijack open and the button 3-bet, and then just see how that changes it.
Hijack
But-
open, and then the button 3-bets here.
Yeah, just to see how that changes it, really.
Yeah, for sure. And then even in this configuration at 60 bigs, it's still just like 10 plus.
Tens
It
is
gets
full
worse
bet,
because the
full-
hijack range is a bit
full bet
stronger.
call, I guess. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was just gonna see, like, were they? Okay, so it's really just jacks, is it? Jacks and
Yeah.
ace queen.
Yeah, yeah. Jackson
Just-
ace queen plus ace jack suited's in there. King queen
Okay.
suited's just like losing money. Sadly, you know how many people are over playing king queen here, but it's just losing money. It wants to fold. Wow, look at that. That's surprising.
Yeah, you're not making a mistake if you're playing with jacks and ace king here.
Yeah. There we go. Jacks, ace, king plus. Do that. Oh, I was gonna look at more hands. Should probably, oh, it's fucking dust. Who cares? Well, we know our range versus an under the gun open and a middle position 3-bet when he's condensed. So we should just, please God, don't punt this on in this.
Snap folding there too.
It's sixes, so I mean, I could lose control of my body on stream just to make a point. So I've done it before. Cool. Full 3x open from the cutoff. And we have 75 big blinds. Let me see. New guy, Scott M. What are you doing here, buddy? If you're out there. How about some dude? What do you like here in this spot? He's calling, just calling. Okay. Cameron?
Yeah, I think a call is good. I always get a little worried when they're sort of short stacked like that about 3-betting. I'd probably fold if they jammed. So probably just a call.
Okay. I would argue like 24 big blinds, which he started with, is kind of standard, and I don't see it as relatively short, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
And he's in
would-
late position.
Is,
3-bet fold?
is this the same player who opened for 3 big blinds the last hand we looked at?
No, this is not in chronological order of one tournament. This is just all my marked hands from the big blind. So this could be anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would consider jamming if he wasn't opening into a 12 big blind stack or whatever that is there. If he was deeper too when he opened this, I would just rip it in his face and fold it. Then. But if he's
Okay.
opening 3x and they're like a 12 big blind stack, I'm just gonna call. Because he probably doesn't have a fold range.
Dylan, what were you saying? You had a question?
I was gonna suggest a 3-bet and then fold to a 4-bet, but I didn't
Never.
realize how short he was when I saw that. So I was thinking maybe he's 40 bigs or something like, or similar stack size to us. I didn't realize he was 20 when I suggested that.
Whoa. I thought I was gonna jam. This is a jam 100%.
Yeah,
So, but you say I think it's a jam.
I don't
but
even know why I can't even believe I folded. I was expecting myself to be all in.
So
What the fuck?
sixes, I think it's a jam in theory, but if you don't think the guy has an open fold range, then it's just punting. Cause you need that fold equity when you jam ace 9. And if this guy's just 3xing and he has no fold range, you're just punting.
It just depends.
I don't think many people have no fold range there though.
Yeah, of
Well,
course,
he's
in
opening
many
into a
positions.
12 big blinds, 3x into a 12 big blind stack. I don't
It's
feel
tough
like
to
he's got much of
know
a
if he
fold
doesn't,
range.
if it's just his opening.
You
size
can't,
or
it's
ace
impossible
size
for
down.
you to say without sitting in that spot and seeing if this guy's been 3xing since
That's
level
amazing.
1 with his entire range.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
happens.
but I'm-
So some people, that's literally, they don't think about min raising. They're old school. They click that one little plus sign one time, 3x. They ain't doing shit else for the rest of the tournament. And they still are playing a wide range. You understand this, right?
Yeah, I do agree,
yeah,
Kev, that if
So
this
they're
is
not-
a size up that's not standard opening size, then we have to take that into consideration.
You're telling
Yeah,
me
if
they're
it's
not
not-
aware when there's a short stack in play and they're still putting 3 big blinds in?
Yes.
I'm telling you,
Every day.
there's people who aren't aware. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's people who are literally
Every day.
burger in hand, watching Netflix, watching, like, just clicking buttons when they see Queen Jack off from any position at the table because they're just playing poker for fun. This is probably a $16 tournament or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yeah,
other day I had
50,
somebody
yeah.
with 2 tables left off a 10 big blind stack in a 33 on global, open for 3x, a 4x, a 4 big blind stack jammed, and they folded.
Yeah.
So people
They
are
just say
paying
they just see the words all in and they're like, oh, fold, I guess.
But it's like on global, you just have that 3x, 5x button that you can't change. People use those all the time. Just Standard.
All right, so here, this is their range, and I'm way too loose. I'd be. Phew.
I showed a hand the other day where a guy,
Well,
Oh, this is 25 as well. So this is for 25. This is good.
Yeah.
I think
Also-
Iggy has that 3x button as well. Yes, they do. Correct.
if you were able to adjust this to 3x in
You
his
can't.
sizing, I think that would make ace nine more profitable to shove. Because the total SPR would be a little bit lower.
And there's more chips in the pot, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be hard for outs. That's what I think. Like, that's why I was like kind of disgusted to even just not see me rip, because the extra 3 big blinds in the pot. This guy, it's not like he's not gonna 3x king 10 off here. You know what I'm saying? Like
What's it look like
Yeah.
at 20
ace,
effective?
ace 5 off. You know, they're not just gonna fold these hands that ace 9 beats. All right. Yep. Okay.
we
This
go.
is where yikes. These would be full frequency.
Because if he's opening bigger, you can go down slightly, I think, in like the 20 big blinds, I think is more accurate when he's opening 3x. It's a little closer.
Oh boy, way too aggressive. These are just missed by everybody. Just wants to flick and play. It's too easy to not flick and play this region when I'm reviewing hand histories for students and stuff. Nobody wants to jam this to a late position open. Cool. Is this a call? Are all of our suited region even here?
I'm like 5-4 suited here.
Yeah, I'm unsure. I think we did a study before, and then we see with raise calls like, oh man, it's folding some of its weaker shit, but maybe not. Let's just
4-3
do
maybe.
plus
4,
one.
I just feel like 2-3's out. 4-3 might be in there. Because we're playing hands that they're not playing.
Dog shit, rag. It's all your suited hands.
Just all in there.
It's still in there with 5-3. I did start to fold like this is good. These are queen A, king A.
immediately I start to
ace
fold
six.
6-3-0 and 5-3-0.
Excuse me.
Said I fold 6-3-0 and 5-3-0. I don't usually go down.
7-5,
That one I
0,
get.
8-6.
He also raised to a bigger size though.
So it also
True.
cuts that
Do
stuff
you
out.
get some folds here with
But
your
I
suited
still-
side?
Sure. Not from the suited side, but
Yeah,
Well,
Five,
here
three,
it
oh,
was
the
supposed to be,
6-4-0.
but it should be in there. This is just too nitty.
Under the gun cut off. Big blind. I gotta look at it because these feel weird.
You gotta remember when you start.
We're on a money
to fold
bubble.
out your suited, it's the 7-2, 8-2, 6-2. You start from there and then go out. So 3-2 suited takes a little bit to go out.
did you just fold that weak ace on the bow?
On a money bubble? Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm just folding everything until I cash.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everything.
Good.
Nah. I mean, you can't look at spots like how we react to ISOs. That is interesting. What's the deepest stack that we start to see limps and how we reverse? So you don't have no limping at 50.
I think
40?
60.
60 there's limps?
No, it's 30, I think.
In real life,
It's
Yeah,
fucking,
well, yeah, in real life, it doesn't matter.
it's
300.
100%.
There it is. Oh, no.
Nope,
sorry.
nope, 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 no
Saw
30.
the small blind calling.
25. Any limps?
There it is.
Cutoff call. The ISO is 3. Damn, this raise is kind of nasty. You don't have aces in there though. So
I'm glad
we
it
call-
rips like 8s, 9s, and 7s. I do that, and I'm like, fuck, I'm just putting 25 bigs in here. Fuck this.
And here's if you're in the big blind versus these ISO versus an ISO, a limp and an ISO, ace jack. You actually call this ISO pretty liberally still as well.
Is
Since
that
you're
not
pushing-
like small ISO sizing though? Like
Nope,
I know we're
it's
25
perfect.
bigs, but
It's a little.
It's
That's a
perfect
hair
under
style.
25. Nah, Acevedo, even act like they advocate using the 3x ISO size at like 25, 20, even 30 big blind, making smaller ISOs. You don't
Yeah,
want to 40 and 50 plus. I'm sorry, go ahead, Joey.
I start 3x at 30,
Yeah, I mean,
over,
me too.
over a single limp.
Yeah, single lip only need to go 3x. You don't need to be 4xing, 3.5xing any deeper.
But I'll give you a little tip.
we're
I
simply
actually take notes on people. And so if I see guys limping every hand and then I ISO for 3 and he calls, I put in the note LC3, limp call 3. And then the next time I'm there, I'll put it to 4 and change the note to LC4 if he calls 4.
That's pretty good.
And then if he does 5, then I'll do 5 and I'll find the breaking point and then every time hit him with the hammer. So there's a little trick you can use.
yeah, but then you have to worry about effective stacks behind you at the table. So if you go 5 at 40,
I mean, everything's got
for versus one player, you
everything's
still
got
have-
nuance, but there's a
Yeah,
specific
yeah, and I'm sure
ISOs
you're
in
smart
general.
enough to be. I mean, when you're deeper, like 60, 100 bigs deep, I love that. Just charge these sons of bitches, right? But when you get down to 25, 30 bigs and stuff like that, you're safe just going 3. It's okay if they call.
Yeah.
They're going to call and check fold.
Yeah.
You're going to not cooler yourself more. You're going to keep their range wider is what you want. You don't want a 4x, 5x ISO so they don't call. So when they do call you, they show up with a tight ass range, or they just jam over top and you torched it, right?
I
So
think
that's,
you just want to be large enough so that the blinds and anybody else left to act is not incentivized to jump in the pot.
Kanish has a question about ace highs on the bubble.
oh, what's up? Let me see. What up? When you are low stack by a few blinds on the bubble, should you try to fold to the money? Take a chance with any ace considering all the low stacks? No, if they just fold to make the money with understanding some mid stacks. When you are short stack, okay, and you are on a money bubble, this is very important. It is the first inflection point and the most important point in the tournament where you can actually realize some
Highest
ROI.
ROI.
It's the highest ROI because you're going to get some of your money back. It's the difference between you making some money and you making nothing. So when you have dust of a stack, and you got to think when it's these large field tournaments and you have like 4 or 5 big blinds, when you double up and there's still 400 players left, you double up to 10 big blinds. It doesn't mean shit. The payouts are flat. You have still very little chance of winning the tournament, but you securing some ROI is so important and it's in those kind of structures, right? When it's on global and it's 15, 18 cash, but you double up and you can win the tournament, then, you know, you want to play for the win a little bit more. But what I'm saying is be very tight on some of these big field, large field money bubbles, because you doubling up or taking that risk to even secure some more chips isn't going to matter in the long run because the payouts are going to be flat. You're not going to secure that much more money, but you securing a cash in the first place is very fucking important for your for long term, and you just securing ROI, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the other part there is when you look at the difference from 0 to whatever the min cash is, it's typically about the same as 7th to 6th, right in that range.
Yeah.
So especially in a large field tournament, like if you're on ACR, Iggy, something like
Fucking
that,
take the cash.
take the cash
You've been
because
playing
like,
for 17 hours. You finally get to the mid cap.
Bro,
if
I've
you're-
been like, I would
I mean-
folding ace jack with like 5 bigs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to just,
Yeah.
it's very important.
I was playing
Uh,
on stream once and I had pocket tens with like 3 or 4 bigs and we were on the stone bubble and I ended up ripping it. And Affleck happened to be watching and
Oh.
he shredded me.
It's a fold.
Yeah, he shredded me.
You have no fold equity.
I wasn't the
You're gonna
shortest
get
stack.
called, and you're gonna, yeah, you just have to take that orbit and get literally blinded in.
yeah, and especially if the big blind just has passed you,
Yeah, you have a whole orbit.
you have a whole orbit, just chill.
While we're in this kind of state right now, where I'm just kind of going through hands, we're going through some of the marked hands. We're going to do this for maybe another 10 minutes and kind of get in the wizard. I do want to open it up. And for anybody that has any marked hands, what you can do is put those in one of the links, the replayer links, and post those in the chat. You're more than welcome to do that. And we can start picking through those as well. So while I'm still finishing up here for the last few minutes doing this, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to post your marked hands in here, and we'll start to review those. And
And I don't want to
we'll
take
have
this
the
over, and
resolution.
we should look at other people's hands first, but I got a shitload of marked hands.
No, I mean, yeah, I think it's very good. We're looking at we spent what, over an hour and 20 minutes doing this so far. I think it's good. Oh, you made it 3. I was like, what? Yeah, you made it 3.
Alright, appreciate it again, guys. I gotta go to bed. It's nearly 4 AM for me, but it's been fun, and thanks for having me again, mate.
Yeah,
If you want to check the rest of this, these are always recorded, and we post recordings in a study group room, so you can check it out.
Cool. Alright, awesome. Appreciate it.
Take care, buddy.
Have a good night, guys. Or
Okay.
good afternoon, whatever it is for you guys. Good day.
That's correct. Jesus
Cheers.
Christ, it's like 11 AM for
Cheers.
me.
That 8-7 might have been a tight fold. Here, yeah, that's coming
is.
from the net.
Yes.
8-7.
Yeah, this is probably.
Talk about dedication at 4 AM. I don't give a fuck what you're doing, sixes. I ain't talking to you at 4 AM.
I'm up at 4 AM every day, so it's normal for me. I'll be up at 4 AM tonight. So.
4 AM, I'm almost up, getting up to start my day.
I feel like I'm tight in these spots. I think we looked at it and I'm like,
Well,
10-7 spoke.
this
It's usually one gappers.
if you look at simple three-way or pre-flop academy, it gets, big blind does get quite tight after there's more than one player in the pot.
that's what I'm
10-7's
trying
a
to
marginal-
marginal as well.
10-7's marginal heads up versus hijack. I think. So it's probably
One
fold.
gappers.
Nope. In there, yeah, I need to fucking stop.
Multi-way?
I'm never folding again.
Money, is this one of your
It's my heads up
crazy,
range.
crazy folds? This hand you just
Is
posted?
this hands up? No, it's not. This is
Oh,
fucking
I wanna
like
see- show the head.
hijack call. Oh,
Show the heads up range versus hijack. I thought 10-7 was like mixing.
Oh, wow, it does call.
hell no! It's always calling heads up.
Yeah.
I'm never folding heads up.
Okay.
All right, so we got people posting
So-
hands.
So it looks like we go like 1 pip tighter on the offsuited side
Mm-hmm.
when there's a intervening caller.
Yeah, I need to work on this. I'm gonna go through all my hands today. Yeah, so we're still in there with this. I
I'm
need to,
definitely too tight here.
I've been folding too tight in these. I've been just trying to play a hair. Like I thought it was 8x to be honest with you in this spot. It's fine. Every time we fold it, we miss results oriented. This has to be a fold. I don't care. Okay, I do want to look now. No, I have to look. Son of a bitch. So he's under the gun, and then we have small blind calling as well. What do you guys think? Right away.
I'm out.
And let me see. Cap.
You're all kept. Let us know when you're in.
Alright, that's good. That's better.
I think I'm out too, to be fair.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna strangle you.
Yeah. I think I'm out.
Okay. Let me see. I want to call. I have a. Joey, what is your calling range here then? If you're out of this, what you can start at the offsuit. Start with the bottom of your range. What do you think your bottom of your calling range?
I think sevens. I might, if this is 6-5, I would call it.
Are you
but
folding
then-
any suited hands?
No,
Okay, no suited hands. Are you calling? What's your worst offsuit king?
kings, 3.
Ooh.
Okay. Lucy. All right. How about queens?
Maybe not on this stack size.
Maybe it is king 3. Shit, you got me shook.
No ways at king 3. King 8, king 7.
No,
Yeah,
it's
this is
lower than
Joey's
that.
show.
It's,
This is Joey's show.
I'd say queen 6.
Okay. I want to see how he does. I'm very curious. It sounds pretty good to me, man. I mean, I feel
Close.
like I'm too tight, and I really liked how you said king 3. That's spicy. Where is he at?
Bang.
High five to my man.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, do we defend all these offsuit kings versus under the gun heads up?
Oh, wait, there's no intervening call. here.
Oh, there is no intervening. Oh, I thought.
But
he
even
had
like
the
heads
color.
up, this seems like
No, heads up. This is straight. I mean,
When
I
you're
thought
on
this-
25 bigs, heads up, you can call this shitty ass
25,
paint because it doesn't matter if you go broke.
dude,
top
it's
pair.
still. So
King
king 3
5.
out, king 5, queen. I mean,
That's
this is
weird.
0.
Why more
I-
queens than kings?
Yeah, I went higher with queens.
Dude, no suited hands. 5 deuce off, 6-3.
I mean, 5-2
wow.
is a
I'm
stretch
just
for me.
like,
That's a fucking
dude,
stretch.
right, man.
Five
Six-
deuce off is a huge stretch for me.
6-3.
It's actually just like it's
Four
doing
deuce
much
off,
better.
stretch.
It's doing much better than king 7 off. 6-3 off is
Yeah, because you're always
outperforming-
live.
Yeah, you're live to make straight.
You're almost never
live
dominated.
under 2 pair and things like
I
that.
would've- I would have been in there with Jack 7.
That's
Yeah.
close though. It's 1 pip off.
All right, so 40, it's king 8. I gotta adjust my thought process here.
Yeah, this is it's very surprising to me as well. I'm a hair too tight. I would be like up here, like all my 8s.
Yeah, that's where I was.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
that tight
mean-
over there, but like all that stuff 5-2, 6-3,
9-7,
4 deuce
7-5.
off.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
7-5 off. I'm probably folding 6-4 off. I'm folding this for sure, but this shit is printing.
Well, it does, again, it's
Why? It
like
makes
reminding
sense.
ourselves that those combos are playing portions of the range that the other two aren't playing.
Yep.
That's what makes them bad.
Oh, I don't even.
You're
4-6
folding
was
them
this in
80%
here?
of the time on the flop, but when you hit, it's still pretty
Even
bad.
offsuit. So I just had the misconception that we want to be tighter offsuit, and I'm just overfolding.
And this is even with the caller, like you're taking that shit multi-way. With no MDF. Like you're gonna take 5 deuce off to the flop. You can't ever fucking call in gutters or anything.
Hey, somebody needs to cut their vibrator off. Jesus.
Who's mowing the lawn?
Oh, that's what it is.
I thought he was getting on a furry.
Someone's wearing those beads they use to cheat with on live streams.
No, my landscaper's here.
Rag post. Some of us plebs still do our own yard work.
Look at his hand.
But
I play poker specifically so
I'm talking
I
about
not have to do that shit and pay other
all the
people.
calls. Is this a PKO?
Hell no.
What the
It's
fuck?
just dusty. It's probably the 1650 crazy 8s. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what this 11 is. The 11 crazy 8s or crazy 7s. We have a couple hands. I'm gonna get up, stretch my legs real quick, take a drink of water, come back. We'll go through some of these marked hands. We'll do some of the trainer stuff as well to cool off. And that should take about 45 minutes, an hour. But yeah, give me 5 minutes real quick. I've been sitting here for an hour and a half. Let me get up and I will be back in a second.
What? No, I gotta entertain people. You
Did
didn't even
anyone
like warn
actually-
me.
Did anyone submit hands?
Yeah, we got
yeah, there's a couple.
2 hands in
Okay.
there right now.
I'm caught up, so I don't really have any. I kind of review right away.
I don't review right away. Like those guys who study right after their session, a lot of people do that. I can't do that, man. I'm burnt. I need to look at it tomorrow.
I'm not tagging as many hands as I used to, and I don't play as much as you, so it's easier for me.
I can't put in 10 hours and then start studying for 2. Like fuck. that.
Next day.
I mean, if I play 10 hours, that means I ran super deep in the tournament, and I'll look at some ICM spots right away.
Do you have a day job, Kev?
No. I kind of retired in 2015,
No. Oh wow, nice.
but I might have to go back to work. Kind of running out of steam here. I'm only 58.
Oh, you're only 58.
Yeah, I'm
Try
not
to
taking
cut
my
it.
pension. I didn't take my pension yet, and I'm running out of steam, so we'll see. Poker's gonna have to do something for me soon, or I'll probably have to go back to work for about 2 more years.
And for me, that's kind of where I am in life. You know, I'm 44 and I'm starting to think like, fuck, man, if I ever want to fucking retire, I'm gonna have to figure some shit out. Otherwise, I don't want to be like, you know what? It's gonna get morbid and kind of sad, but I was working in Colorado a while back and I met this it was in the middle of the night. So security guard had to let us in, you know, to work in this facility. And so we're shooting the shit with him and he was talking about how he's like, mid-70s, something like that, and that he had to take this night shift job because he didn't have the retirement to just not work at all. You know, he had to have supplemental income.
It's,
And I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to be that guy if I can avoid it, you know?
well, you have a 401k or something, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, except I haven't been putting into it very long, only the last 6 or 8 years.
Oh, it'll get there quick. You just keep putting in that shit.
Before that, I was raising 2 kids living in Los Angeles, like fucking just.
So I got a decent
Strapped.
401k and I have a pension that I didn't touch and I have social security. So once I get to age, I'll be fine. It's just a matter of me. I'm trying to bridge that gap right now.
You're lucky to get a pension. Most companies don't do pensions anymore.
I was in the Teamsters, so I had the union pension.
Yeah.
And we have a 401k on top of that because we learned like back, our leadership back in the day realized that the guys were retiring and they couldn't live off their pensions alone. So then we started, what we did is when we would get a raise, they started this in the 70s with a nickel. And whenever they got a raise, they would vote either to put the raise in their paycheck or to add it to what was called a severance fund back then. It's now 401k. So over the years, that just kept growing and growing and growing. By the time I got in like 89, it was like $4 an hour for every hour you worked went into this 401k. And plus we had our pension. And now it's like $10 an hour. So there's a lot of money. This guy's retiring millionaires out of that Teamsters unit I was in. It's fucking crazy, man.
When I was a teenager in the early mid-90s, I was a pretty big fuck up. And so I was partying my ass off and doing crazy shit. And I had a buddy who came from a well-to-do family, my oldest friend, we go back 40 years. And he came into town. He was teaching English in China for a while. And he came back to town. And he's like, hey, Tom, I'm in town. You should come visit. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got in the car and I was loaded at the time, just a fuck up. And he's like, man, look at your life. You're not doing shit. You know, you should come into the Coast Guard with me. Here's all the pamphlets. We'll be officers and retirement, and you know, you'll get your shit together, blah blah blah. And I was like, I think I'm gonna go get high. Fuck that shit. And so, flash forward to today. He retired last month from the Coast Guard. He went, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I turned out great. I'm not a fuck up anymore, you know. But he just retired with a pension. I was like, fuck, man. Looking back 30 years, I was like, God damn it. I should have fucking took the pension route.
Well, you keep saving it. You keep putting in that 401k, that will grow really fast. You're still really young. Like, I mean, 44, man. You
I got like
still
20
got a lot of years
years,
to
so.
put money in that. That shit can get big fast.
And I
Once
make
it
a
hits
good
a
living
certain
too,
point.
so it helps. Australia, every single employer must pay every employee an additional 9.5% on top of minimum wage to their super account. So it's a must. Sick.
Wow.
Yeah. The only reason why I got 401k is because I finally left. I worked at Ticketmaster for 15 years. And then when I left there, I came to this company and they sign you up automatically for 401k unless you opt out. I was like, oh, cool. It's going to make me fucking do this shit. So that's where the 401k comes from. And I'm an asshole. Like I have like money stuffed under the mattresses, basically. I have a bunch of money on PayPal, a bunch of money on this poker site, a bunch of money on that poker site.
This is what I was gonna say. You should be putting in the max contributions because that's tax free at this point, and because you have your broker income. Obviously, you're hiding. You can live off of a lot of that apparently. So I would put in my maximum allowable contribution out of my paycheck. If you're able to do that and still have plenty of money to live off it, that one might not know about.
Also, someone your age might benefit from some stocks.
Yeah, but I would like to get into some like low risk, high.
You could really start small on something like Robinhood.
All right. Sorry,
guys. I just realized. So
we're talking about how we're all going to retire.
Retirement is great.
Teach us how to retire, sixes.
We're all going to consecutively
Beats,
win
you're
a
different.
main.
You have the sugar mama. That's totally different. Like
We're all going to retire after winning a main.
Not many people have the Deuce Bigelow equity.
All right. Let's look at. Yeah, we ain't boys. We ain't. Come on, let's be honest. We're all going to be sitting at 1-3 playing limit, hold them together. With our limit. Yeah, we're all going to retire to limit. No limit's going to be.
You're talking about limit. You're talking about cash game. It's like my worst fucking night.
Our hearing aids and games.
Live cash
standing
limit.
up
It's like all 3 strikes. We can't be friends
Standing up,
anymore.
leaning over the table to be able to read the board.
Peter, what is this
I do
link?
that
What is this
now.
link you sent? All right, let's focus up.
It's
Let's
a,
get
re- it's
back.
a, the link you sent's a poker tracker replayer.
Oh,
Poker tracker.
okay. How do I hit the bet?
Just click download it.
All right, I download it.
Hopefully he didn't give you the cooties. Try movies and TV.
If you want, I mean, just share the screen. I can run it. I can show you too.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
you can.
no, I see the icon down on your bar sixes, but I don't see it on the screen.
Oh,
There it is.
hey. Oh shit! I ain't never seen this. Okay.
You can right click on it in your hands and export to video.
So we got ace queen. Let me pause it.
It ain't the cleanest.
Yeah, this shit is scuffed.
Can you stretch it a little bit?
Ace queen suited 40. Let's just say 36, 40 effective.
Hijack
like
versus
the call.
slow jack.
The call's good.
I like the
I like
call.
it.
What could go wrong?
I'm glad you asked.
2.39 is probably reasonable. At an 8, I might size up slightly personally.
Me too.
I'm probably not going this small. What's my calculator
I think it's
It's
fine.
it's
at? I mean, it's not gonna be
It's
like,
fine. Yeah, I mean, big will be
bad.
60% at most, but
No, like I'll go like 40-50%.
yeah, that's fine.
To clean up my equity. We can still get called by a lot of worse hands. I
This is
think
okay too.
hands like 9s, 10s, jacks, and all those hands are gonna actually call. And let's be honest, like if you want to split your range on some of these sites versus some of these players and front load your value and stab small with kind of polar when you have nothing or the top of your range, that's fine. But just something to think about. You know, you're not making a mistake here, Peter, by the way.
Good.
Just something to think about, you know what I mean? 9 of hearts.
Well, here comes the problem.
Yeah, you're done.
Ooh,
Let's check.
No, you're folding.
Yeah, no problem.
Nothing.
Just fold.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
you can't do anything. You don't get to raise the turn. Potentially could have used a larger size. He calls. He still gets to lead the turn. And then when he follows through in a river where you're still gonna have like king, queen with the king of hearts and stuff like that, you could like you potentially have like the king high flush that are nuts in your range, and he's still overbet jamming into it. What the fuck can you do? It sucks.
This
It's
is
a nightmare.
so gross because you're so high up on your value range. Right?
Yeah, if you're multi-way, you don't be shit.
I mean, potentially, like this guy has the kahunas to turn
King of
away, like
Hearts.
yeah, like you just turn his 2 pair and stuff like that. Worst 2 pair, or something like just queen 10 or something into a bluff. But
and if he does, good for him.
yeah, good for him.
So we're sitting,
That's
we're
not
sitting
a
there
big
with a
fan,
heart
that's not what
enough.
I'm thinking.
Because the thing is, you just are going to be able to call this and have a flush easily.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
just blatant disregard for your range and your ability to have the nuts in your range. And he continue like you would think some players that have a weak flush here, if he did turn a flush and he leads this with like 5, 6 of hearts, right? I don't think 5, 6 of hearts rams it in,
No.
into your range. I just don't think even some of his made flushes, the weaker variety, get to just ram it in. He's essentially bluffing because he doesn't get called by worse, So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think he just has it, and you can't do anything, and it's disgusting. Personally, something to think about here: front loading slightly in these spots, and you're not going to get exposed for going 50% pot here. And it is a thing you can consider instead of trying to be theoretically sound always versus people who don't give a shit. Is going to be fine. But just knowing like going 30 and quarter here is standard, a lot. And then when you have it versus some guys and your hand needs some protection, I personally don't think especially live poker, you're just gonna maximize, right? Like, I think it's good.
Yeah, I really didn't expect the big blind to be the factor in the hand, right? Like I'm more worried about the under the gun range here. And
Well-
I have a hand that wants to keep that guy in the pot. Right? Because
Fair.
he's gonna have a lot of strong hands and he's gonna have a lot of worse queens here.
So, but versus both ranges, would you agree that when they continue with their heart draws, their worst queen X, even some of their king 8, with their backdoor club jobs and stuff like that, it's fairly inelastic between you going a quarter to 50% and what they're going to call, especially at these stack depths. So front loading can't hurt.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely
Yep.
could have sized up on this flop.
Yeah, and that's just something that I think we can all be a little bit more aware of. And you're gonna have a situation where if it's rainbow here, if this is rainbow, I don't mind your small bet. But when we need a little protection, we're at the top of our range. In situation like that, where they're gonna call and then the board texture is gonna change, I truly believe that going, 40, 50%, especially in the back seat when we actually have the value hands, is going to be good.
What do you
Um,
think about the idea of still maintaining our small bet here? Because we're gonna get check raised by a lot of hearts and a lot of straight interactive cards like 10 jack. And we're gonna be able to 3-bet that hand and be able to be on the value side of our hand here post flop too.
Well, versus the bigger size, we just get to put in more money, right? When we go bigger, and there's still, I think it's even better for us, right?
But they check raise less when we use the bigger sizing because we become more polar.
Okay. But I mean, between going 40 and 50%, even when we run solves, like the percentages of check raise heads up doesn't change much. Do you think these guys know that multi-way? It's hard to say. I'm just kind of a proponent of front loading a little bit on these. And if you do use this size, it can't be a mistake. It just can't be. And I mean, it's probably just fine, to do this more, but just being able to versus some opponents who we know are calling inelastically, going a little bit bigger when we have value is always going to be a good idea. Cool, but thank you for the hand, Peter. This is a good hand. Let's see, we have B Money now has a hand here. I'll click on the link. And then we can run this spot. That spot can't be ran multi-way, of course. Eight, 9 suited. Come on.
Is Global's replayer nicer than their actual playing?
It's exactly the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, Iggy's the one that's kind of junky?
Nah, I mean, Iggy's has been better. It used to be dog shit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anybody jamming this? A bunch of hell no's.
Nah.
Nah.
You wanna
Check
do-
raise
I think
percentage.
you wanna
less than
jam the
3.5.
better one. I think you wanna jam Jack 10 here. You don't wanna have an 8 in your hand.
And we can check that.
Okay.
We're not, I'm never jamming this. It's gonna be a pure call, but always good to investigate our range. Now, let's just look at 17. I don't know if small blind's gonna have too much calling at 17, right? Will he still have calls? So we raised 2 on the button. Yep, there's some call in there. Suited King X, some of our suited 8s, and slow played aces. So small blind calls. Peanut breath. It is in there a little bit. That's what I asked. Can make sense. I always call, but it makes sense to
No,
mix.
that's not a shove.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No.
No. I would have, don't get me wrong, I would have briefed it and jammed, but it's doing something.
So the 8 interacts with the bottom of his offsuit range for his button opens. So
Yeah.
I don't think you want to jam the 8s, which is why like Jack 10 is for sure a jam
Yep.
and 10-9 is a jam.
Yep. I mean, yeah, these are
Yeah.
easy.
You kind of want to avoid the eights.
Mm-hmm. Bottom of the range stuff. You don't want to fold out the bottom of their opening range. Correcto.
Well,
Um,
and when you're jamming an 8, you're squeezing the bottom of his range up. So like when you block him having an 8,
he just has more better hands. Like, yeah.
like he just has more hands that have 2 overs.
Yeah,
Yep.
less folds.
All right. So we do call. This hand somehow spicy. So it checks through. Right away, we get here. Is anybody gonna randomly probe this hand ever?
No chance in hell.
0% for cap.
No.
So you don't block their continuations. You don't have any equity. I think if you find a hand to give up with, this might be it.
And button should check.
Did you mark the wrong hand?
Out of his range?
I think you're thinking now that your range has the most deuce X in it. The button's fairly capped to having at best some ace high hands, and the small blind likely has nothing. So can I turn my entire range into a bluff in a spot like this? Because that's what we're asking ourselves.
Nope. I think button still got pairs, right?
No.
You don't think he's got 9s, 10s, jacks maybe?
On this, he checked the flop.
And the turn.
So it's multi-way.
He's never checking the flop with overpair.
He doesn't have, right. I'm looking
Okay.
at Queen,
Yeah, he never even gets there.
Right.
He's never here with an overpair.
right?
So he has ace high. Like, can we make ace high? I guess that's what your question is when we get here. Got to stay on mute, landscaper outside.
Small blind has pairs still, right?
Yeah, small blind could be just ready to bluff catch with a 3x 5x for sure.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. Just insanely polar.
Polarizing.
It's gangster. I can see what you're thinking is you have the most deuces. You're gonna make it
Button has ace 10
incredibly.
off here.
That's so funny, Mike. I just realized what hand this was. I've seen this hand.
No, it's gangster. If you're gonna do this, you just have to be polar. You're assuming the small blind just doesn't have anything, and you get here in a spot like this. This is I've seen Tristan Wade talk about these spots and do this, right? Like,
Would you do this more if the button was like a nitty shitty reg?
you know exactly what his hand is. He has fucking ace high 100% of the time here.
It's you.
I also know who the button
Hands
is as
against
well.
you.
Yeah,
You're the
I
guy.
mean,
You're the guy in the button sixes. I've
it
seen
doesn't
this.
matter. I can't. Nobody.
I'm
can
just,
tell
I was
the time.
kidding.
Yeah.
Thought the needle only because I knew it was you.
It doesn't matter who the player is.
You almost called him.
Like,
You almost called him ace 10.
No,
You said-
I almost
yeah.
called him with ace high, and I think if I'm playing less tables, I probably said it on stream. Is like, yeah, I'm probably supposed to call this
You
just
said it
snap it
doesn't
with
make
ace high.
sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It's insanely polar, and if global has real time banks, you're out of the tournament here. But
Well, I posted it because we did figure out like what you're supposed to shove your 2s and like, I think like your 4s here. Because it blocks the straight and stuff like that. And
yeah,
then,
this is just any.
and then
table.
like 20, you're supposed to go like 60% here, like 20% of the time with this exact holding.
Yeah,
We
I
did
like
run
that. I do like it. It's so polar and it looks so bad because what would you even want to get called by when you jam? Like you don't even, if you have it, you're never getting called. So it feels like a bluff. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm gonna. Let's see if we have any other marked hands.
You're not really calling ace high there, not closing the action though, are you?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I swear to fucking God, I was very close.
He said it live too. He ran out of time and was like,
I ran out of time. I didn't have enough time because I was probably like 7 or 8 tabling at the time. And very strongly, I call this kind of stuff in game probably half the time I see it happen. Like If it doesn't make sense, I snap call. But yeah. Oh, Pucks has one. He says, here's a big blind defend from Global. Chips are annoying. All right. These are good. Thank you guys for the hands. Thank you guys. Thank you for the hand B money. That was cool. You did own the shit out of me. And I knew it in a moment. I was like, eh. I absolutely knew it in a moment. Full 3x suited queen versus 20 bigs, not folding. And the $1 million question when he see bets. Do we check raise half pot with this combo? Let me see. Let me add Aaron. I believe you've been pretty quiet. You're more than welcome to join the conversation. If you have an opinion on if you're check raising this or not, we would love to hear it.
I would probably just call this combo.
Just calling at this effective stack depth. Would you check raise if he uses any smaller sizing, or are you always just going to call like at this stack depth with your flush draw?
If I had a combo draw, I think I would raise like 5-6 of diamonds.
Okay, like queen 6, queen 5 with the diamond or something like that. And this is gonna be good to take a look at. And I'm glad we have this spot. So okay, Larry, if you're out there, Larry C? Do you have an opinion on your check raising range here when you have pots it with our flush draw? Or Larry H, either one of you guys. Larry squared. Both GG'd. Okay. So you check raising?
I was thinking maybe with the over to the jack and the straight draw to go with it, maybe, but my it's half pot. And
you remember this?
I'd have to jam. So I'm more often than not. No. The problem is the bet sizing, right? Like even if you click it, right? It's the sizing and his stack is giving the issue. I know we check raise our flush draws here mostly.
It's definitely a check raise. See,
yeah.
You remember we were looking at this, so oh, go ahead. Mostly call. I think everybody's mostly calling, right? And when we looked at the solver in this, I think a lot of these become.
Now I love check raising from the blinds. I probably do
especially with the over and flush draw and stack size. It's just a weird.
Even for half pot.
Open large, you see bet large. The SPR is really low already. Like
7-4 jack, 7-4.
Yeah, I was gonna say typically it's gonna be all our.
If he bets third quarter pot, something like that, then absolutely. Although he's probably supposed to size up on jack 7, 4,
3.
One at a time. Queen 7 or jack 7-4.
Jack 7.
And the 4
or some shit.
Yeah, whatever. For some shit.
Put the half pot.
Was it a heart? It was a fucking heart. Good God.
It don't matter.
Okay, but I have to be pretty particular. We check. Whoa. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, with no leads. And they are supposed to bet variety of sizes and half pot in there.
Yeah, half pot's in there because of the straightedness between the 7 and the 4 and the straightedness between the jack and the 7.
This is a reminder.
All right, so that's calling all of our flush draw. Well, not all of them.
Yeah, all the.
And my man Aaron
queens.
clutching up, saying the queen flush draw with a straight draw in there as well. The queen 5, queen 6, golf clap. Well done, sir. King 3, flush. So our flush draws kind of need a lot more interaction. So we need the flush draw 3-door straight in and over.
Make that 50% like bet this. Quarter pot.
Yeah, so when he uses this bet side, we can't check raise all of our shit. So I'm griefing. But
there's a sliver in there.
No, this is 100. Queen 3. Oh, okay, yeah. It's not bad. Queen 3 versus that. So yeah, let's I'll do that. Let's
it'll be way
the
more.
Quarter. Oh, dude, yeah, you can get nasty. I mean, it's still
that one's got a gut shot to go with it, so too much equity. That's got a pair to go with it. pair. two
7-4, just 2 pair, check raising.
gutter. Oh, 8-6 fucking pure.
Yeah, that's pure. That's a gut shot. And a flush draw. 9-6. So you get when they use the smaller bet size quarter in this.
Jack 4 flat because we have bottom pair, Dylan.
Yep.
Jack bottom 2 flatting.
Yeah, it's common.
Damn, Jack 3. I wouldn't find this, man.
Oh yeah, bottom top and bottom pair are often check calls. Top
Yep.
and bottom, it's a very, very common.
Except for you get to the ace high stuff where you don't have a lot of check raises, so it wants to include those. I've
Ace of
noticed in some of
diamonds
these.
3, ace of diamonds 2.
Yep. Yeah, here's these
No,
those-
offsuit. Ace of diamonds 3, ace of diamonds 2, offsuit.
Oh yeah.
Those are the common ones.
Missed.
Those are the super common ones.
Oh man, I missed the hell out of these. This is nasty. All right, cool.
Do we check
Um,
raise 4-3 offsuit with or without suit? Without.
Without.
That messed my head up, Aaron. Because it says Aaron on your camera, and then I heard Goat's voice, and I'm like, what's happening?
Cool. Let's finish the hand.
I know
Let's
that
talk-
voice.
He did it. He calls. Wow, return combo. Nice call.
Interesting card.
I'd lead small.
This might be a lead card. Yeah, this is interesting one, Pucks.
Wow.
This
Of course,
happens.
if he jams,
This for sure
but
happens.
gotta go for it.
Do we want to lead our flush draws here?
You don't want
Mm,
them to check back.
we
All right,
don't
we
want
get him
them
to fold
check
rather.
back.
And
5 of hearts on turn. We are literally getting.
You
I'm
wanna
glad
check
you
and get
picked this
face it back.
spot, Pucks. This is good. So he actually went to 50%. We called. The turn was the 5 of hearts. Leads. And it's only 12%, but it is in there. Our hand is not doing it.
not the 3.
And if we look at
Need
the
the 6.
filters, how about our flush draws?
Look at you trying to be Eugene.
I know, right? Study with them all day
He's
yesterday.
a fucking wizard with this thing. It's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, when he was doing the reports yesterday, that shit was wild. I
He
need
knows
to.
the hotkeys. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna talk to. Well, I mean, we were studying with him for a few hours. We'll get him next week to teach us that.
Apparently, it doesn't want to run the equity with this hand. I thought it would mind. so
No,
that's
no,
why-
no.
that's
Yeah,
why
I
like to
mean,
lead.
even
He only
these
jams
deuces,
with
it's
hands
not
that are doing so well against you.
Queen Jack. Like it's not really preferring like these deuces.
It'd be interesting to see what happens if you bump this to like 30 or
Unblocking
40
shit.
bigs.
Well, let's.
You can stick to it. I'm just talking out loud.
We can't run it now because you've done a 0% thing, sir. But we can manufacture as if you have queen deuce, right? Let's act as if you have queen deuce in the fillet. And your sizing should have been smaller.
He went he went about third, right?
Fuck him up. Queen deuce. You just missed it by one pip. Who would know it? Who would know the exact island of queen deuce doing it, but not queen 3? So personally, I love this. And it's showing that you apply like what we've been working on in the group.
Yeah,
So
I thought
if you
on
do that, yeah, very nice. Let's see the turn. We do that. He all in. GG fold. 100%. If you're folding the queen deuce, but the queen 3 has more equity. It's hard to say, but
Yeah.
they just say you're fucking folding. You're just
When you're
out
folding
there.
4x, it has a pair, right? Like, so you definitely fold and draw.
8-4 calling. Yeah, I mean, you need a pair and a flush draw. You need to flush draw with some other equity. Damn, 6-7 says fuck it. I'm not folding.
Yeah, pair and open ender.
That says, yeah.
So that's why we don't want to dock. We're still trying to manage the pot, it looks like.
Yeah.
King Jack says GG. Jack 7, all of our jacks. 7-4, 2 pair. 8-6 is a straight. 3-4 feels awful, but you call this diamonds. So yeah, you can't lead and call it off. It's a lead and fold. And to be honest with you, if I put that in there, I would feel pretty bad about folding it. You know, but it does lead and fold our flush draws with a deuce. It's good to see, but it works out for you. And please don't go ahead and throw the needle on and say that's me in this spot. You own.
That's all
That's all
close
I
hands
need.
against sixes.
All the hands where it doesn't show. And yeah, I forgot this was against you as well. Like, because I play against you guys sometimes, so I'll make sure to mark future hands against you just so I can show how you fucked me up. Great. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. Let's see. Do we have any more hands? I'm gonna make sure. Pucks had that one. I'll found that. Got those two. Cool.
I threw one more in there. It's a big line defend. Who's it?
Can you repost it? Let me see. Pucks. Oh, there it is. I see it. I got it. 1 second. All right. Deuces. All right. Leading the set and leading for half pot on 2, 4, 5. Is it a thing? With the set. Beats, what do you think?
I mean, because our leads in the big blind are going to come from something closer to this.
2, 3 and shit.
Yeah, like 6 high, 7 high, as long as they're connected. I mean, I don't mind the lead.
It's 100 deep. We need to start building a pot.
Yeah.
I don't think we lead 2, 4, 5.
But yeah,
I
2,
don't
4, 5 might
know.
not be connected.
he-
If it was 3, 4, 5, that's more of a lead. 2,
5, 6, 5, 6, 7.
I
Yeah.
personally don't. I would never lead this specific one.
But he also might be too open, too early to lead.
Yeah, he's leading. He has ace-3 suited in his right. I don't think this is as much of a lead. I think we don't have the nuts as much as we think.
Yeah.
Considering we both have, like ace-3s, like in our range. You know, he may not have ace-3 off, but let's see at 100%. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not a thing at all. To be fair,
I think I check.
yeah.
Actually, I'm sure I check.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
as I say,
wrong
this
Wrong
might
one.
fall in that
Wrong one.
like small lead.
Cut off hijack, low jack. Is it just 2, 4, 5 rainbow? Why do I keep doing that? It's back behind here.
Yeah, 2, 4.
2,
Oh,
4,
it's trying to
5
make
rainbow.
sense. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. How much? What it? He's a goddamn genius, boys. Be money.
Wow, that's more leading than I thought. 32% of the time.
Stop playing with this open. I told you about this before.
And whew, look how much 2s are leading.
Well played, sir. Damn. I mean, it's fucking leading more than
How deep are we?
100.
We're
He's
like
actually deeper.
300. Yeah,
So
we're
I'd like it even
300
more.
deep. So it's probably going to be, if you were able to run it at 300, it's probably going to be closer to 80% of a
We
lead
are
with the set.
leading the book out of this board.
Queen 10 just leading. Jack 8-0. Oh, Jack 8-2 rather.
Queen 10. Just pumping it.
Yeah.
Even with the hearts.
Yeah, take a look at the
10-8.
range interaction here.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
do
we
that.
have
Let's do it.
again, this is one of those where we have so much that ties in with the flop.
Yeah, we get here. We're just gonna have flop 6-3. Oh yeah, 6-3. Why? What ace 3, 6-3, fours, deuces.
Yeah, if it,
Wreck City, dude. I mean,
if
he
it's
just shows like ace 3 for the top of his range. She doesn't have 6-3. The low jack doesn't have 60. He has ace 3, fours, deuces, and we have just all those sets as well. All the ace 3, 6-3, way more combos.
yeah, if
So-
it's 6-4-2, I don't think we lead at all.
God damn it. Well played. I mean, already this shit is hot. Oh, baby. How the fuck can this guy raise this turn? Because he has a set as well. What the? How you not?
He
Double
called it
gutter and an
raise?
over.
Wait,
and a
did he call
dream.
your 3-bet on the river?
21. Check
Oh, he
27.
turned his hand
You
no
didn't.
bluff.
We didn't raise.
Turned his hand no bluff.
You don't think you get caught
Yeah.
by worse? If this is Iggy, I just stack it in. But there's so many other hands that beat you this deep that can kind of show up here, I guess.
Yeah. What was
Oh, I
our
don't think-
opening on the turn?
I mean, I
And
can
how much-
imagine checking.
And it's on the turn. I'm almost thinking we should overbet open when the 8 comes in.
I don't love this half pot.
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah,
Nah,
no, I would rather overbet it. I'd rather
It's-
go like 13.
yeah, it's
I-
gotta be, it should be larger.
I actually hate this size as well. Let me see what it does. I mean, this
FYI,
is, we
I'm
should be
only
deeper as
using-
well.
I'm only using half pot because we're so deep. So like I use that as my small size. Like I'm not using a third. I'm just using a half because we're 300 deep. I don't know. Yeah, I might be wrong on the half pot on the small bet on the turn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because it's completing more draws, so I'm just leaning towards I'm just
And
going like
backdoor
13 or
spades
14.
get there. I
Yeah.
would tend to just pot it or go like 80. I'd be 80 to 150, depending on how well I'm playing. Like, because we want to set up an SPR to get the fucking money, and like 20
Yeah.
ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut. Going 5 bigs on the turn ain't gonna cut it.
I mean, I'll get 300 bigs in on this board on the turn, no matter without a problem.
Like, yeah, when you do this and he goes bigger, like when you go 13 and he makes it 40, now we're talking. But now the pot's so small.
Yeah,
I don't know if I love this. I don't know, but
yeah. Because
I'm
going
kinda-
small in the turn, I think handcuffs you a little bit as far as what you can do on the river.
So we do lead and we get called. And then the turn was the 8 of spades or something.
Yeah, 8 of spades.
Yeah, there it is. 2. Yeah, here it is. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, just fucking big. Yeah. And Beats is right. You do not like ever want to use like with the very strong hand here, like this size. It's rarely used.
Yeah, because you don't mind if you go like 13 here and he goes 40, you don't mind at all.
No, hell no.
It's like, hell, let's run it.
Let me put this up real quick. 1 second. There we go. So yeah, we just gotta go bigger there. But your flop lead is genius, by the way. It's very good. I don't know if I've done that. That spot. We're still just gonna go gigantic with our threes as well. A lot of our threes with an over to the 8s. And well, that's spades. It has spades as well. So just turning a
Spades,
shitload of
yeah.
equity. A7 with the spade.
Just
Even
run the
without it,
equity.
like look at A7 with just a heart. Like it's still just going crazy. So yeah, we just need to use big sizings here. And when we do, let's see, given his line, when we use the small size. So we got 55. They do have some raising.
And
Two's
going
just
to,
calling. Two's just calling.
yeah, well, yeah, because you just, yeah, there's no reason to raise at that point.
It just leads for 10%. Because he's gonna check back too much.
Yeah,
And then he can find raises, and then this is so nasty. How
yeah,
sick
because
is
if you
poker?
look just his range, how much is jamming?
Dude, this shit is busted. I can't even see anything.
Go to that little thing next to the heart,
Unclick or yeah,
next to the heart, and then go to normalized.
There. Thank God.
yeah, because he's got a lot of his range that is still jamming that you're just gonna call.
All in. Snap. Oh, it's actually fucking folding.
Yeah, because all the straights got there.
Yep.
And better sets in his range. Well, be money. Yeah, you played it great. I might have just what tournament was this? Holy shit. It has to be the Crazy Eights or something like that. Nice pot. Well played. We need to go bigger on the turn, but by not re-raising river and just calling, that's good, because when we do raise, let's see if we play it the way where we don't lead. So we check. Let's see if it wants to raise, actually. He went what? Let's say 60%. Fucking what? I was just calling. And or it's actually all in, actually, when you given this line.
Change over to just regular strategy to see percentages.
Yep. Oh, it's calling 90%.
90% call. Yeah.
But the EV was higher for the other.
Yeah. But yeah, you're just gonna call just because there's still possibilities straights
Yep.
in the higher flush, higher sets. So
Well played. Couple well played hands. I love it. Cool. Anybody have any other hands? We can do a few practice spots given the stuff we were looking at earlier and go that route.
You want to see some weird turn leads?
Yeah,
A
sure.
weird
Bring it.
turn. This is
Yep.
the hand I played against you last night.
Okay. Yeah, put it in chat.
But I want to show you one small change to it that makes it kind of go crazy.
All right.
So this is a hand 6 and I played against Chutter last night. I don't remember what it was. It was
I played
55
somebody
and,
fucking tournament or
something.
something.
I think that's you right there. Yeah. 6 is open. I defend. Cool. Second pair. Check back call. Pretty standard.
I need to
On
check
this
my sizing
turn,
immediately.
my thought was he's going to check this turn back a lot, and my hand needs some protection and can still get value from like some of the draws that came in. So I ended up betting big here, which in turn is a mistake. If you
Yeah,
leave
only go
here,
small.
it's going to be small, and it's about 25% of the time. I'm going to send you something else, 6, because you can go through it.
Yep, and then I'm gonna run this spot for myself because I remember my hand as well. This
We get
spot.
the showdown, so you see it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do
Yeah.
this.
And then go ahead, call.
Yeah, we'll just play the hand out. Show it.
And then I blocked because I got scared when he called. He called. Go ahead, get out. Here, click the link I just sent you, 6s.
Yep.
So I think the 3 on the turn, you don't like when you have the open-ended,
That sucks.
you're gonna check raise there. So I don't think the 3 is a believable card for you to bet.
No.
Well, I'm in the big blind, so I have all the 2 pairs, and I hit some straights and stuff.
But most of your
no,
2
so
pair check raising on flop. Only 2
you're
pair
gonna-
that you really turned are like
5-3, 7-3 suited, 10-3 suited.
yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna check raise the straight, so you don't have the straight there. So
Oh, that's
he's gonna
fair.
be able to continue enough.
Will you put this in G2 Wizard 6? I tried to send
Oh,
you
I'm
the link,
sorry.
but it
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
work.
sorry. I was on
Oh, you're right. That 3. This my hand leads there 22 or 3% of the time, so it's not off the charts. Not a lot, but not a little.
I think I was plus
But I
one.
wanted to show you what happens when we change that turn card just a little bit.
Yeah, because it's out of his range, I think you're gonna lead with some more high-low diamonds there than with the hand that you have.
10, 7, 5.
And
Never
you're gonna-
leading.
Don't talk.
This is what I'm scared of. I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do in my hand first. Why?
Oh, 100%.
My God, I agree. No,
No, you did all
oh,
right.
actually, oh, my specific hand was good.
You did good. Check your bet small.
I had king 7 of
It's clubs.
clubs. Yeah. Oh,
Check
check
bet
our bet small.
Yep.
You know, I'm okay. Good. But damn, wait a minute. I gotta go back. Wait a minute. Like these 10 high boards, like these sizes.
It's
bro,
the
like-
connectedness between the 7 and the 5
Oh,
and the 10-7. We have tons of like big bets on those boards.
I literally
shot
would.
boards.
Okay, mistakes are being made. Easy. I can't say that I'm over bet leading here.
Just
This
plowing your 10s
Nah, there's no way I'm doing this.
and your gut shots.
I mean, I
Oh, that's not even a
find
gut shot. That's
I'm so sick to my stomach looking at this.
How are you gonna get 80 big blinds in the pot if you don't bet big?
yeah, with your queen jack and your king, your king 9.
But
Makes
all of
sense.
the all of the value hands mimic the bluffs there.
Yeah,
So
of
like
course, of
aces,
course.
kings, queens, jacks, when they're all betting big,
It's just
you have
hard to
have
find.
bluffs that
Yeah.
match that. Right? And all
I
your
would
tens are
literally-
betting big.
You are right. You're 100% right. It's just hard to find that in game, I think.
Oh, in game,
It's hard
yeah,
to.
we're
It's really
used
hard
to-
in game to nut up and do it.
Yeah.
Right.
3 of diamonds on that.
But I agreed. My 760 does it like 22% of the time, right?
20% of the time,
you
but
go.
depending on which specific combo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing. Change that 3 to wait. Is it 10-7-5?
Yeah.
I thought what did I change it to? Hang on. I think I changed it to a 4 or a 6.
Or a 6. A 6 is be fucking lethal, right? Like, yeah, a 6 is just your
Change it to yeah, or a 4 too.
dude.
I like
Even
that
this,
shit.
like, even this with a 6, there's just no
Just
way we're
range, leading range.
Yeah. This is the kind of shit like where I
This
think
stuff I've been
there's a
fucking
big
with lately.
separation between mid stakes, low stakes guys and high stakes crushers. Justin, which is gonna fuck you up in this spot
Every
when it's
time.
turned
Change
up.
that 6 to a 4. Still. Yeah, it's 4 diamonds even more.
Okay, I gotta be careful. This is rough. You still got to call with King 7, right?
Oh,
When
for
it gets
sure. Yeah, I mean, you
20%.
got showdown value.
But it was a 3, correct?
In real life, it was a 3, but if you change that 4 to like the 4 clubs to the 4 diamonds, it'll do it even more. Because now there's more draws. So here, not as much. It was 20%.
Okay.
So
But you do
right
the-
idea, slightly wrong hand. I needed to be a bit higher, right? King 7 pretty cool.
You just fucking saying, oh well, if you have top pair and this happens to you, you just well
Don't
it and
let
raise.
toe fucking own your ass. Fucking
Yeah, you just don't get owned. Oh well, they have it.
So
Even ace
when you
six
make
is getting gross.
when you make the card a 4 or a 6,
Huh?
you bring
They
in
probably
all
just
your
calls.
offsuit one gapped hands that now made 2 pair.
Yep.
And so you really swing the
Still
nut
calls it
advantage.
the
as
equity. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't, let's see if there's anything else. My hand's just gonna play standard. I wonder if you're supposed to lead on the river. That's what I was like confused. about.
No,
I
it
was
wants
like,
me
it
to
can't
bet
be a
small
thing,
and then
right?
check because then you bluff your misdraws and I get to call. When I go bet, I push out all your misdraws. Which is
Yeah.
why
So
mistake I made.
whoops, I didn't mean it.
I got scared to check thinking you would fucking plow on me and it's like I put out the please don't plow on me 6s.
Yeah. And I absolutely would have if I had a bluff. Or value.
Your 7 might bet for value there and plow when I take over your line and cap river.
You check. I'm not gonna turn the 7 into a bluff. I'm not stupid.
I think it's a value bet.
Nope.
Put my lead out there. You call river. Put my
It
check.
is.
This is my strat. Put the check.
No, you're 100% check. Bro.
King seven's got a better value.
No way, it's 100%. 100%.
Oh.
Oh, 95%, excuse me.
Pussy.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to get called by worse with fucking third pair.
If that jack's under, I wonder if that jack is lower than a 10, if it bets for value then or no.
Your queen
Like a
nine
deuce or something.
Yeah. Your tens are betting though, Toe.
Yeah, for sure. That's easy.
Yeah, it bets with 8-7, which has a straight blocker, which is more relevant, and unblocks king high to call.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's pretty fucking high check. It's gotta be
Sweet.
like, yeah, okay.
Oh, no problem. Did you
Cool,
have?
yeah, I just thought it was fun that if we tweak that turn card just a hair, you go fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, you actually just go crazy, and that's still something we got to be very aware of, and why it's important to stay on top of the game and keep studying, because these spots are not intuitive, especially when you're six tabling, guys. We're playing a lot of tables, and to be able to know to lead a turn with your entire fucking range won't be easy until it's just burned into your head. And there's 1,000 spots in poker that we need to burn into our brain. So that's why we got to keep being good students. Did anyone else have a hand? So did you have any more?
Oh,
Hey,
I got a
Beats,
whole
take care,
sheet
buddy.
full of fucking hands.
Yeah, I have.
That was an interesting one just because
about-
it was us last night, but
Yeah, I got like 20 minutes, and then I'll bounce before I rest up and get the kids and global stream tonight. And
yeah, I mean, if you
football
want to look at more
practice.
hands here, here's a stack of them. Pick whatever you want.
Bit,
I don't
bit,
even know
bit.
what's here.
Yeah, I got Mark Tans from Global as well. This is show you guys my method. Toe has a method for Mark. For you guys, Mark and Global, important to get your data. You guys know, for people that shared hands today, you know, this is the way I keep them. Just a little notepad, save it, make sure they're all there. So Mark Toe sent me a few. The worst is when oh man, that happened to me in that toe hand.
Yeah, I caught it and sixes didn't.
I said
He got
this,
moved,
and
and so I got the hand and he didn't.
Yeah, literally the hand after that or something like that was sick.
I have no idea what we're looking at here. These are just hands I marked up the last few sessions, so
Yep.
could be a shit show.
3-bet or call. Anybody mixing 3-bet here?
Nope. You don't want to have a 10 in your hand attacking early position.
This combo felt like a lot of our range can mix call here. But I think this mixes, Puck says. So
I think hands here are like queen nine, jack nine.
it feels like
Yeah,
our
just below
entire
the bottom of the
range.
range instead of having a 10. Like
It feels like literally our entire range would mix. That's the way I interpret over 100 bigs. Most of the hands we want to play, even the middling pocket pair can mix. So we were in this spot. Toe was, where the fuck did it go?
that's B Money's hand. That's
Me, Pucks, I
different
see
hand.
it. I see it.
You close it or something. Different window.
I'm booming out. You know what the recipe is? Just re-click it.
You got yourself all this monitor space and starting to lose.
I know I have so many things open. You should see it. It's a shit show.
If only you had the monitor I have. Be even worse.
God.
All right, so button cutoff for cutoff versus low jack.
Oh, I guess there's 2 empty seats. Maybe this isn't that bad a raise.
Yeah, it's cutoff
No.
versus low jack.
No,
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of mixing here. And what I have here is under the gun. And
Oh, it's
then
low
this is
jack
low
open.
jack.
It's
You
low
know,
jack open cutoff strat.
I get it, but this is even a tighter opening range, right?
Oh, sure.
And you're still mixing jack 10 suited.
Yeah.
So just know that a lot of our continuing ranges at this stack depth, we're going to mix all of our continuing our playing range between 3-bet and call.
But the least one that it does is with queen 10 here. Right?
Yep.
Want to realize those.
18%. And I've heard some interesting theoretical discussions regarding this strategy, specifically when you're deep stacked, and how some of the top players in the world play a more aggressive strategy. And all this partial frequency shit is just full frequency 3-bet. The EV with the EV being the same, them understanding the volatility and just always three betting this makes them pretty hard to play against, right? Like if somebody just three bets their entire range and they have coverage, it's pretty fucking hellacious.
Yeah.
So I think people, when you see guys like Adamo go on tears and things like that, they're playing pretty aggressively at 100. Like this is what I've heard. So let's see. We were looking at the hands. Of course, Knit Boy here.
Instead of playing it, you can
calls.
just use the arrow right next to that.
This.
And yeah, just like poker tracker.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
He checks. I bet small.
That's
Thinking
good.
he was pretty capped. I could take down there. I have a fuck ton of equity.
Is this a situation in a board type that we would just go large on though?
I wasn't sure.
Personally, in the backseat, I would probably go like 55% here on this board a lot. But do we want to just over condense the range of hands? He's probably just going to fold some of his weaker stuff. We have a lot of equity no matter what in position. It would be nice to build a pot here when we do get there to get a bunch of money in. So I'm kind of on team go bigger than this, but I can see small. Anybody have thoughts? Cap,
Yeah,
what do you think?
Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cap. Cap doesn't have an opinion.
He folded free.
he might.
He folded free.
Totally kidding. Totally kidding.
Can to me, like my thought would come down, are we betting range here? Then I would go small, but if I'm gonna have a decent checking range, then I'm
I
gonna
would say that
polarize.
without looking at the solver, my strategy on this board is going to be a little bit mixed.
Okay.
See, that's
um,
still where I'm falling behind when there's mixed strategies.
Yeah, so that's why sixes is going like in between big and small. He's kind of going 40. You know,
Yeah, I
'cause
have. Yeah.
it's, you know,
So your best value hands, like best value pairs, pocket tens that you don't three bet, pocket nines that you don't three bet, they're gonna want to bet big here. But because there's locked up equity in the board being super connected, it makes it a pretty dangerous spot to bet big. So I would be surprised to see a lot of big betting here.
Oh, 6-8. Then it's a club.
oh, we got one person
seven
for
of
team
clubs.
toe.
Overall sizing.
Suited.
Nah, yeah, it has both six, both sizes. But predominantly just going small.
Yeah. The factor is that the
Dominant
board
small.
has too much locked up equity here.
Shit's wet as fuck.
Is hell.
It's gotta be super dynamic on the turn.
Yeah, if the board was 8-7 deuce, you'd be betting big here, but 8-7-6,
Small.
can't get away with it.
Or like 9-7 for
Oh,
the ones with the gappers, right? Like
EV losses
9-7-5 or whatever.
4,000ths of a big blind between the different bet sizes. And people will tell you in these spots, even here, you can randomize. And I know a friend of ours, Eugene, randomizes a lot of these spots, even when the EV isn't exactly perfect.
I just like to think I'm 1/4000th of a big blind better than you.
You are, sure. Probably fucking way more than that.
Maybe
Times
even,
1,000.
maybe even one.
Or yeah, times 1,000.
Cool.
Okay.
So we bet small.
And let's see what they do in game.
They called.
They call
King clubs.
King of clubs. Let's just see how it plays out. We go
60% ish.
What are we trying to?
I mean, I just thought he floats pretty wide. I don't really want to check. I could still get a lot of folds.
Well, the king's a bad card for range, right?
Yeah,
A little bit, except for what kings float the flop.
But it's a bad card for just the general range
Sure.
as well. Like,
So check to realize. My thought was maybe triple because he's so capped.
he's not capped when he's called the turn. But you check back the turn, right?
No, I bet
He
big.
called the turn.
Yeah, he called the turn.
I'm turning my hand into. God, what have you done to yourself?
That's why I marked it.
So many questions. What the fuck have you done? All right, we call. And then it's the
King
king.
clubs.
God.
So if you do want to bet here, you'd want to mimic, like, I think your bluffs are going to come more for when you turn better equity hands, when you have clubs. So,
Oh, sure. Jack
Yeah.
10 O bets, not Jack 10 suited. Too much equity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is too much equity bet. That's why it's like confusing. Like,
But look at
what are
Jack
we
10
trying to
O. Jack 10 O
accomplish?
goes crazy.
Jack 10 is dog shit. Yeah.
well, yeah.
But it
because-
goes crazy
With
when
a
you have a
spade.
spade.
Yeah.
Without a spade, it checked. You need to be blocking their
Don't
flush draw
triple toe.
continues. All right, let's see if Toe should triple. Well, Toe utilized his option to go half pot with the hand he should never do it with.
Like
Let's
55.
see.
Call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
That's
you're
a pretty
pricing
call.
in a lot of his equity here.
Then the river is a fucking brick. I can't imagine we give up. All right, so they check.
Mhm. Yeah, I pushed out. Jam it.
Yeah, just jam.
Yeah, I knew it. Because they are cap. The cap is flat. So many draws.
Only jamming.
No sets. Definitely no overpair. Ace King makes a little sense, but probably raises turn. What does Ace King do on the turn? When I bet.
Yeah, sure. Let's look at that.
It's
So
the low jack next to the 2.
right here.
Next
Oh,
to
next to the two.
Other side.
Other side.
Call.
Yeah, it doesn't raise.
Doesn't raise. I'm at
Sets raise, right? Mostly 8s on the turn for sure.
7s, 8s,
7s mixing.
9s.
In game, I
obviously
think
just
people
gonna
raise the shit out of those things and
Oh, fuck yeah.
never check them. Never check
Never.
call.
No.
All right. I did push out. I mean, don't bet the turn. But if you do bet the turn,
If you do bet the turn, you gotta
Yeah,
follow.
I knew I made a mistake.
Jack high in position
yeah,
ain't gonna win it.
should've
Yeah,
done.
and your turn bet size needs to be polarized too. But you have
I'll
enough
go back
club combo.
to my bet size on the turn. Oh yeah. Big enough. Makes sense.
Yeah, on the turn, we just gotta go.
I thought about that too in game for sure, because I've been fucking with these overbet turns quite a bit.
So yeah, we just want to go OV.
You
But yeah.
isolate the clubs here and check the flush draws, because I think that's where you're gonna see a lot of the overbets come from.
There we go. There's your clubs.
Yeah, clubs with a draw.
So those are hands that have a ton of equity buckets.
Yeah, ace jack and ace
Against-
queen showdown.
The marginal made hands of pair with a straight draw.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to put those pairs in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
And he has a lot of kings still. So.
So more polar when we're deeper on these turns. Another takeaway for
It's
today.
only overbet. Look at that.
You ain't doing a damn thing else.
Overbet or not. Yep. So
Yeah, this is
Overbet or give up.
all right. Cool. Good hand. That was a fun one. Another one. Do this. We'll do maybe make this the last one. Maybe make this the last one. Starting to lose my voice. And I have to fucking stream tonight. I'm still booming out, waiting for it to go. God. We just saw that we can have a pretty
Yep.
mixed strategy in this
Early
spot.
open.
Yeah, let's see if versus under the gun that changes and if it wants to exclusively call ace queen O. And we are what, cut off?
I was cut off.
Still mixing.
Yeah, it's heavy call.
Stop trying to defend your bad plays, though. No, I'm kidding.
77%.
No, it's mostly calling. Mostly calling here. Ace Jack mostly calling as well.
Mhm.
Remember,
You
you
free bet,
the
you
shit it
only
is.
you push out all the worst stuff, right?
Yep, mixing. But I mean, the thing is, guys, it's like I said, you can mix 3-bet with this stuff. You know, it's okay to go crazy. Maybe
There was
have a
time when I
day.
would never flat that hand.
Me too. I think it's good to have tournaments or days where you experiment, right? And just only 3-bet when you're 60 plus and you're facing a single raise and you want to continue with one of your hands and you know. So just a thought, but let's go back to the hand. We do flat.
When
Flop
you
second
three
pair
bet
with
ace
the
jack there, are you three betting it to fold to a 4-bet?
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
every time. Ace queen as well.
Every time. Out of there.
It's one of those hands that you're 3-betting for value unless you get 4-bet, in which case you were bluffing.
Yeah. So half pot
Just call it.
c-bet call. Don't think we need to raise. He's going to double.
Checks, I think.
Ooh.
What size?
Why do
Never
you
checks a
wanna bet?
king because he never checks a king in my hand needs protection.
But
And
do
it's
you-
worth getting value from straight draws, gut shots, all the weak aces just hit gutters, all the big aces have gutters. You know, there's still queen X in his range. Where's queen X in his range? And he never checks a king.
All right.
Hearts
Aaron,
just get picked up a draw. Diamonds are still out there.
I know I have a set of eyes and a brain. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, there's a lot of equity he can just
Massive
call with,
suited
right?
pot, I
Jack 10.
considered overbet here because more straights came in and more draws came in. And usually when that's the case, that's when you see a lot of overbetting.
Can imagine in 1,000,000 years we turn a second pair into an overbet. If so, I'll fucking eat this sock right now on Zoom. If we're
Get him some ketchup,
Clip it.
boys.
Clip it.
Get him some ketchup.
Get him some ketchup. I like mayo. No, I'm kidding. Let's see.
I bet you I did overbet and that's why it's marked.
Yeah, so cutoff call, B fold, GG. What the fuck you mean GG?
Big blind folded. So
Oh, I didn't even call. Oh, I
Even
thought-
folded.
just undergun
Yeah, wait,
opened and
yeah.
then folded through. GG.
Cut off as the call.
Yeah, I thought I hit
There
the
you
call
go.
button there.
Big blind
BB
fold.
fold, king, queen, diamond, and then the dangler was a what?
Four of
Four of hearts. He actually gets some betting here about 40% of the time.
He did bet.
He did bet and he bet small.
I call.
Ace, queen.
Makes sense.
Uh-oh.
Eh,
What the
it's
fuck is
called.
this? What is this
88%.
sliver? I know, but I see red.
It's the
That
ace of
tells-
diamonds, Salibas Pew.
Already though. Already in the hand, which just surprises me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck you. You gotta fucking.
Well, the ace of diamonds is setting up the 80 big blind jam bluff
Oh,
on the
that's
river.
Oh my
On the
fucking
river, yeah, yeah.
god. Are you really? If we find an overbet here, I'm gonna have to end this
Oh,
shit.
get the sock.
Get the ketchup. Get the
Don't you
ketchup.
fucking
Here we
dare.
go. Oh, look. See that little
Ace
line of
queen
purple?
of diamonds.
That line of
Dog
purple.
shit.
There's the
It-
purple.
My
It's
opinion,
just dog
in-
shit.
In my opinion, he has to eat one toe.
I have to eat up some of the lining.
King,
No,
queen,
it's
queens. That all makes sense. And then look at your ace high flush draws. Go
You're
crazy.
actually just
So okay move, wrong hand.
yeah. I just our second pair.
Just check, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like I would never.
So much.
We're not
fucking
going to be able to
protection.
get two streets from worst hand. What worst hands other than flush draws? And then we can bluff
The
catch.
two flush draws, Jack 10.
But look, he's mixing
Your
check
hand-
with some of his kings.
Yeah, but your hand is too good to let him realize equity.
He's mixing
with
check
his
with king
draws.
10. No, it's not. It
No,
says it
actually,
wants
it's
to
actually
check.
checking. It is.
It's actually checking.
It is letting him realize.
Yeah, there's no letting him realize he mixes check with top pair because we have king queen in our range, so he can't just triple off with king 10, king 8 in his opening range, king 9. So a balanced player here is going to have like wait a minute, I'm sorry, like some of these checks here, right? King 8, king 9, king 10. You're not going to get 3 streets. Anything
Yeah, but
else
you still-
surprising?
You still do have some big bets with your ace queen here.
Yeah, a little tiny sliver.
Little. Gotta find them.
You gotta find him. I randomized.
This
I
guy.
randomized.
Wow, you need to hire him as your cheerleader.
He
He is
is.
all the way.
He's my
on
lawyer,
your
my hype man.
side. Jeez, Louise.
love it.
I'm
Team
trying I'm trying to
Team
break
toe.
you down and make it look like you made a mistake.
But I have been fucking with these overbets on the turn, which is why you're going to see stuff like this because I'm still
Right.
working it out. And you see it show up in the chart here, just not with my hand. So Is that what I did?
Yeah. How happy are you with king 10 here and you get overbet on this turn?
Sad. Yeah. So that was my
Oh.
that was my thought.
There you go.
If he calls, I got the easy showdown on the river. Right. All
Watch
his
the
best
nit
draws.
fold.
Oh, fuck you.
Watch the nit fold.
This is not
No
why.
equity.
So for the record, this is not why I marked it. I marked it for the turn over bet.
I
And then
like
when
the
he-
jam.
When he
you
called, I
have to
ripped the
jam.
shit out of it. What a weird hand.
You have to jam. I love that jam. You could be extremely polar there, right?
Yeah. Oh, so many
Like,
misdraws.
with diamonds and hearts missing, and he might just find that call with king 10 with all these draws miss, king jack if he does. Beautiful jam. Well, I mean, I hate the fucking turn over bet.
Turn
with
was a
all my heart
mistake.
and soul, but when you get there like this is beautifully played. You have to fucking rip. I think some people would just pot it or something like that or go 40. So good.
Fun weird hand.
Cool. Yeah, that is the last hand.
I'm gonna
we've
book
been
out because I
going-
actually am two tabling and on break and only get 3 minutes for a cigarette, or I have to wait an hour.
No problem.
Peace.
Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you.
Great session, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out today. Does anybody have any final questions, thoughts, or anything like that? Takeaways from today's session? Feel free to get out there and let us know.
Well, my biggest takeaway was the deep stack mixing 3-bets.
Yes.
That's something new I didn't know till today.
Yeah, that's great, man. And if you can see, like, yeah, just going back to it, we get to kind of mix 3-betting with our entire continuing range at 100 versus an open from pretty much, especially let's go here.
And that continued, like even up to 200? Or is it more so?
Yes, no, yeah, at all stack depths 100 and plus. I haven't seen like 250 big blind charts for tournaments. I've seen 150 once, and it was still kind of practically the strategy. But yeah, as you can see, we're just like every single hand outside of some of the smaller pocket pairs. And you know, it's very standard here is everybody in the world at your stakes right now have zero, and I mean 0 3-bets with deuces to aces at 100.
Yeah.
Zero. They're just not balanced, you know, in the 3-bet range, they are never going to have these sets. So it's nice to have this strategy. You're going to get people over folding. It's going to be good for you to get used to playing these 3-bet pots and being the aggressor. And you're going to print off of it because people are going to call the 3-bet too wide and then overfold to the c-bet, you know. So, yep, this is a pretty good takeaway. Did anyone else have anything? Yeah, if not, that was great. Good session today. We had a ton of people in here. I think we peaked out about 20 people earlier. And for the guys that have been here all day, I hope you guys get a lot of value from this. From last week's session, I've been very consistent. I won a tournament the night after this, and a lot of it goes to this study session, specifically helping me out. So thank you guys for being here and joining. And I'm streaming tonight for Global, and then I'll be back on my channel probably for the study stream Saturday, maybe tomorrow if I feel like playing poker. But yeah, if there's any subjects that you guys want to get into, I always want to get into the things I think are going to give you guys the most value and the spots that come up the most. I'm going to be greedy like that. So I'm always going to go to those situations. But if there's anything you want to look at, we'll do that. If I ever have any massive scores to have any big scores or anything like that, majors will review those as well. I think those are valuable. Cool. On that note, thank you guys. Take care. Good luck. And if you guys are enjoying this, always let JL and those guys know that this is very helpful. It helps us out a lot. So, all right, guys, good luck. And I will see you tonight or Saturday for the study stream. Take care.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks. Peace.